Welcome, everybody, to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the action drama The Marksman, hitting store shelves along with the new DC animated adventure Justice Society World War II. You also have a little 4K love this week with the 2004 Saw and the 2001 animated classic Shrek. Also, Criterion Collection is releasing a Blu-ray edition of the 1982 teen classic comedy Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But that's not all, because you also have Scream Factory releasing a collector's edition Blu-ray of the 1976 version of King Kong, plus much, much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we are at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart, and oh boy. Oh, yep. Last week was pretty good. This week, not so much, guys. Ain't gonna lie, man. I mean, they still got some of the little things out here. The Wonder Woman 84 love, the Virtuoso, Speed, but none of the new releases this week. Not Justice Society, not The Marksman. Nah, none of that shit, guys. Another crappy week at the W. God damn, dude. Son of a bitch. And here I thought they were going to make it 2 in a row. Damn. It's not exactly news of the world. Wah wah. But they do actually have something new, at least one thing. Senior Moment. So wait a minute, you're telling me that they don't have The Marksman, they don't have Justice Society, they don't have any of the newer 4Ks, but they do have a William Shatner film. Okay. Of course. Oh, Senior Moment, baby, with William Shatner, Gene Smart, and Christopher motherfucking Lloyd. Damn, when was the last time Shatner and Lloyd worked together? Wasn't it that Star Trek movie? Yeah, I think it was Star Trek 3? Was it? I think it was. Oh, man. Yeah, that was so long ago. Unless they worked again, after that. But I don't really remember. Damn, man. It's been so long. Yo. Shatner and Christopher Lloyd riding together. Oh, man. And Gene Smart, too. Huh. Wonder what this is about. It's never too late to fall in love again. True. And if you're Shatner, well, I mean, you've been with many women. I mean, why stop now? I mean, just as you're getting older, isn't that when you're supposed to be ramping up? Well, that's what I hope. Victor is a retired NASA test pilot. Oh, really? Of course he's a retired NASA pilot. In fact, Shatner was the best NASA pilot. He was like the most kick-ass NASA pilot. He got all the checks. He got all the awards, all the praise. Shatner, baby. Of course he did. Often seen speeding around Palm Springs in his vintage Porsche convertible. Oh, of course. It's Shatner. Why wouldn't he have a Porsche convertible? That only makes sense. He's the Shat, baby. Come on. With his best friend Sal. Christopher Lloyd is named Sal in this. It's so great. Christopher Lloyd and William Shatner are riding around in his Porsche convertible. Oh my god. Oh, that's gold. Oh, baby. His life changes when his license is revoked for drag racing. This just keeps getting better. William Shatner drag racing. Oh my god. Of course he is. Oh, of course he is, man. He's William Shatner, dude. He's fucking Captain Kirk. Oh, of course he's fucking drag racing in his age. Oh, man. Forced to take public transportation for the first time, he meets his polar opposite, Carolyn, and learns to navigate love and life again as he goes up against the state's new DA to get back his license and car. Yes, finds love. But, man, love ain't enough. You need that Porsche convertible and drag race, baby. Oh, my God. I would love if this movie, if there was a crossover with Fast and Furious. I mean, come on. Wouldn't that be cool, guys? Shatner drag racing against Vin Diesel. There's something so awesome about that. So eternally awesome. Oh my god, this would be so cool. Holy shit. Oh my god, man. That's great. Holy shit. This looks like a good little love yarn tale. It really honestly does, man. And I gotta admit, I love Shatner. Man, I really love Shatner, man. I mean, I'm still old enough, and I hate to admit it, but I'm still kind of old enough to remember Shatner. I really do, in sort of the Star Trek vibes, and him being like the prime Captain Kirk, and I remember him on Boston Legal. I love Boston Legal, and him doing all those like hosting those reality shows back in the day. Do you remember that stuff that he was doing? I remember all that, man. God. Like, yeah, Shatner's old, and Shatner sort of lost a step or two. I get it, but he's still gonna be the Shats, baby. He's gonna be the tits, and seeing him here, there's something about that, man. Just seeing William Shatner still doing William Shatner stuff that just makes me love the man even more, dude. I'm serious. Like, in this movie, he's hanging out with his pal, he's drag racing, he has a Porsche convertible, he's living life. And the fucking DA's gotta take the car away and everything. It's Shatner! Let him do it. Come on, man. Show those young punks a thing or two, will ya? Oh my god, so good. God, William Shatner is so impossibly great. I'm serious, man. Shatner is awesome. God, I love Shatner. Christopher Lloyd is great. Jean Smart is really good too. I really liked her in some stuff. And in fact, the last thing I saw Jean Smart in, she was in that HBO limited series Watchmen. She was awesome in that. She was great in that limited series. She was fantastic in that show, man. She's great. Actually, everybody's great in here. This would be something I think my mother would really like. But I can't just say it's for old people, because I kind of like it too, you know what I mean? I mean, seeing a cool movie where Shatner gets to chill out with Christopher Lloyd and fall in love and drag race. There's something about that it's eternally cool, man. Oh my god, it's so cool. This might be down my alley. Senior moment. If seniors are like William Shatner, then I'm gonna like old age. I'm just saying, baby. I'm gonna like it. Oh my god, that's so cool, man. That is instantly cool. Unfortunately, I hate to say that Walmart has nothing else this week. I mean, they're kind of having a little bit of a senior moment. I mean, where's all the new releases? Well, this is the first Walmart, so good luck with that one, guys. Better luck next time. I mean, it honestly is what it is, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna try to justify it at all. It's Walmart, okay? I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, last week was really good, and it's a pretty plentiful week this week, so why wouldn't Walmart have some cool new releases on the shelves? Well, stupid me. I should have thought better. I mean, maybe they will have stuff out later, but again, like, this is midday, you'd figure the shit would already be out, but this is Walmart, so going by a regular timetable would be too easy. You have to go by Walmart's timetable, and that's not always the same as each and every one of us, of course. Well, hey, at least we got to see a cool little Shatner love comedy with him drag racing, and who doesn't love Shatner? So, you know, at least that didn't save it. I love Shatner, but that so didn't save it, guys. Well, at least it was something, and well, with this Walmart, sometimes something is better than nothing. Let's be real, guys. Well, with that being said, this place is a little wah-wah. Let's hope not the next location has a little bit more physical media to check out. All right, everybody, we are at our second location, Target. But before I go in, I gotta talk to you guys about something. So, I ended up, hearing about the news last week that Second Sight Films is going to release a Blu-ray edition of the Hitcher from the 1980s, man. And that was such amazing news. And I thought, man, Second Sight does amazing with their releases. And I thought it's got a good home to it. It's going to have a great release. I'm excited. And I know a lot of people were. And then I was looking on Blu-ray.com forums, I was looking under comment sections on Facebook, and that's when I realized there was a little bit of a problem. A lot of people were like, well, why not 4K? Why can't we get a 4K of this? And they were adamant about why not a 4K, and Second Sight went out of their way to say, hey, we can find the original, scanning negative and everything, and unfortunately you need that for a good 4K scan, and so we just can't do it. But we can do the Blu-ray release, and we'll clean it up and make it look as good as it possibly can. But you still had a lot of people that were like, well, if it's not 4K, then I don't want it. and I'm sort of like scratching my head, like, wait, what? I mean, there were people like, well, if I have to buy the Blu-ray, I'd rather buy the 4K, but if I have to settle for the Blu-ray, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like this has never been available in the US. It's never been available in the UK. I don't believe there's ever really been a Blu-ray release of the original Hitcher. Maybe on a bootleg copy that you could get, a really crappy one. So, wow, we're getting an official, really great release from Second Sight Films, an amazing company. And you're worried it's not in 4K? What? Like, something about that is really fucking bizarre to me, man. It really is. Like, when did we become snobs for this shit? I mean, really. I mean, I talked about, months ago about the whole idea of a lot of people still buy DVDs, and a lot of people shit on others about buying just DVDs and the whole hatred of that. Well, now this, man. I mean, well, I only buy 4K. And if it's not 4K, then why would I buy it? And I'm like, the fuck is this, man? Like, I don't quite understand this. I really honestly don't. And look, I'm not saying that 4K is bad. I think 4K has a lot of really great benefits to it. And there's certain movies that I own on 4K that shine, that absolutely shine. Like I bought Speed last week, and I watched Speed, and that looks phenomenal on 4K. They did a really great fucking job with that, man. That looks awesome. And then there's other ones where it's like, okay, if it's not on 4K, what's the big deal? And there's certain ones that are on 4K that just don't look that good. There's certain ones that have been put out that were from the late 70s or the 80s that I have to admit to you guys aren't that impressive of 4Ks. And, are we really complaining about Holy Grail titles that they're not coming out 4K now? Like, there's a lot of these movies that are coming from a lot of these companies that just aren't getting 4K releases. Do I sit there and say, well, I'm not picking up this movie because it doesn't have a 4K? No, I settle for the Blu-ray because I'm fine with it, because I love Blu-ray. And it's not exactly an idea of settling for it. It's an idea that I'm damn grateful to actually own the damn thing and actually have it. And so when I get that in the mail, because I will order it. When I get that in the mail, I'm not going to sit there and say, well, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'm going to be like, no, thank the fucking Lord that a company finally released this goddamn movie on Blu-ray, and it looks glorious and a great edition with great extras and artwork, and God bless them. Damn it. Like, I just don't get the hatred to it. I don't get the elitism is what I don't get, man. I mean, people have to understand that nothing is for certain anymore, especially when it comes to physical releases. I will guarantee you there will come a time where physical will be done. I mean, I'm always the hopeful optimist. I always want some good releases a lot of the times, and I want to do that, but I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, in reality, look, man, digital is taking over slowly but surely. There's a lot of digital platforms out there. There's a lot of movies that will never see the light of day on physical, will only see it on digital, and it's just sad that we have to be elitist about this shit. I mean, I don't buy a lot of DVDs, but if there's a movie that I really love that isn't on any other format that I can only get on DVD, I've bought it because I want the damn movie. So stop this elitist bullshit. I mean, seriously, it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't matter as long as we get a really great proper edition of it. Do you realize that there's so many titles still out there in the ether that haven't even been given a DVD release, let alone Blu-ray or 4K? And the fact that the Hitcher is finally going to have it, celebrate that. I love how people always talk about the shortcomings. Let's celebrate the fact that it's getting put out by a really great company and that there's so many other movies to come that you can at least cross one off the bucket list and put another in its place, and hopefully that will get a release as well. You know, we're such elitists about this and that, and it doesn't have this artwork, and it doesn't have, you know, this 4K, and this doesn't have this scan of this and this that, and you know, we got to start appreciating the fact that we have these things on physical, that we have a chance to buy these things, because there will come a time when we won't have a chance to buy it, or the fact that you have to buy it on fucking eBay for crazy amounts of money. You know, if you're waiting for a 4K for a lot of these titles, these older titles, good luck, because you're going to be waiting for a long time. You might starve to death before there's ever a fucking release of some of these titles on 4K. You're gonna literally turn to dust. Your bones are gonna turn to dust before that happens. Okay, so it's not about 4K, Blu-ray, DVD, whatever. It's about the fact that these releases are finally coming out and we have a chance to own them. And as fans of this material, for years thinking that these movies would never even have proper releases or be around, the fact that they're finally getting these proper editions, that's what you need to celebrate, man. I don't know. That really got to me, man. I saw that stuff and they're like, well, if I gotta buy the Blu-ray, I prefer 4K. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know, man. Some of these people, man, I don't get them. I don't get them and all, man. Just be happy you're getting a proper release of it, man. Because, let's be honest, some of these movies like Hitcher, I didn't really think we'd ever get a release of them. So be damn glad you actually are getting it. Just saying, guys. I want your opinion on this, truly. In the meantime, it is a good release week, but Walmart would kind of fool you on that one. Not seeing a lot there, but maybe Target will. Well, how about we go in and check it out? All right, we are in at Target, and look at this. Damn, there's a lot of releases here. I mean, I know it was a big release week, but I didn't think Target would have this, guys. I'm dead serious, man. Wow. And give it up for Target this week. The first thing I'm seeing is they got the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of Justice Society World War II for $31.49. Kind of a weird price for that one, guys. They also have the Blu-ray digital of Justice Society World War II for $29.99. Only a couple dollars difference, actually, which is kind of wild. Interesting. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and I was actually really excited to check this one out, guys. I'm not gonna lie. As you guys know, I've actually slowly but surely been getting into more DC animated love. I've been seeing a lot more of the newer DC releases. I've been loving everything I've been seeing. This is, as far as like the animated stuff goes, DC is the king. There's just no doubt about it. DC is majorly the king, and it shows in a big bad way, man. Justice Society is absolutely one of those ones where I knew I had to watch it. There's just no doubt about it, man. And what a great cover art too. I love it. It looks very much like almost like some sort of like World War II art print or something. It looks really fantastic, man. So basically what this movie's about is the Flash is on a vacation with his long time girlfriend, and he decides, you know what, I'm gonna take a nice vacation to Metropolis. Why not? Bro, seriously, you could have went to so many places. You could have went to Hawaii, you could have went to Paris, you could have went all over the place, and you decide Metropolis. Sure, why not? Well, just so happens that while he's in Metropolis, there happens to be a little incident that's going on, and of course he's teaming up with none other than Superman, and he's got to do that really big old super speed that he does to try to save Superman, and he goes into a totally different timeline. He goes into the World War II timeline in a different era, meeting up with Wonder Woman and a bunch of these other alternate versions. And I gotta admit to you, man, I really dug this one quite a bit. I thought it was clever. I thought it was inventive. I like the idea of taking these different characters and going into different timelines and experiencing them in a slightly different, altered way. I thought it was actually really cool, man. I also really like the animation here. I like the voice work. I mean, it's not the best animation as far as all the DC animated stuff is concerned, but it's still pretty solid, man. I love them displaying the superpowers. I love the evil villains. I love the World War II setting that makes it very unique and interesting. I've always loved a good World War II story, and then when you add in the idea of the superheroes and them battling the evil Nazis, and then what the evil Nazis are doing, like, it's just kind of, I don't know, it kind of scratches an itch for me that I really love, and I think this movie really did it in a really great classic superhero sense. I really do, man. I thought it was really well done, and I like the idea of this man out of time, and the idea that, do they trust him? Do they not? What are the differences between these characters from this timeline versus the other timeline? And just the whole story with Barry Allen and the stuff that he's struggling with. Like, it all sort of comes together in a really great, satisfying way, man. And I loved it. It was cool seeing some of these great characters in here, and just the classic costume looks. Like, I don't know, man. It was just really cool. It felt classy, it felt creative, it felt imaginative, and it was just a fun, great DC adventure that I think a lot of you DC lovers out there are really gonna enjoy and really gonna dig. I really dug it. Is it the best DC animated film ever? No, but then again, I'm not really expecting it to be. I'm just expecting a nice little time travel, alternate timeline adventure, and with this one, I definitely got it. And how about we dive into a little Liam Neeson love, shall we, with the Blu-ray DVD digital of The Marksman for $30.49. What is up with these 49 ones? $30.49, $31.49? That's a little odd still, man. Kind of odd. And then the DVD for $23.99. We'll just go with the Blu-ray. You're only paying a few dollars more. It's odd, man. But, if you want your Liam Neeson love, you're definitely going to have to pay for it. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and I wanted to watch it, well, number one, because it's Liam Neeson, and secondly, because it's yet another one of those Liam Neeson action yarns. Yes, indeed it is. God knows we've seen enough of them over the years, haven't we, ladies and gentlemen? So, basically what this is about is he's basically a very hardened rancher, and these illegal immigrants are coming across the border. They come into his land. One of them dies. He has to protect the other from this ruthless drug cartel, and we're off and running. And I gotta be honest with you, I gotta be real. As I was watching this movie, it's not a bad movie, all things considered. Like, I like the drama between him and this little kid who is the illegal immigrant, and how, they're trying to find common ground, but he's also trying to do the right thing by the mother, and yet this drug cartel is hunting him down because of this kid, and the certain revenge plot between this kid's family and the drug cartel. Like, there's a lot of complications, but I didn't really mind that. It was fine. I think the problem that I have is the movie's just kind of there. The movie's just kind of boring. There's really not much to really root for or to really be excited about, I would say. I mean, Liam Neeson is still Liam Neeson. He's decent. He's okay, I suppose. But I just kind of found this one a little bit kind of dull. I mean, truth be told, I did, and it just feels like everyone's kind of going through the motions here. Like, Liam Neeson is going through the motions because he needs a paycheck. And yeah, there's some good ideas about illegal immigration here and the drug cartels and how, police are corrupt at the end of the day, and how the drug cartels get away with a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of things in here to really chew on, but it all just kind of falls flat at the end of the day. I mean, it really does. It falls incredibly flat, man. And I was just watching the movie and kind of just there. I mean, I was paying attention, but yet at the same time I wasn't, if that makes any sense, guys. I mean, like I said, it's not a terribly bad movie at the end of the day. There's still some exciting, like, car chase scenes, and there's a shootout that's not half bad, but this old man versus a drug cartel, we've seen it time and time before. I mean, how the last Rambo film did it, so it's not that long ago that we've actually seen something like this. Just take out Stallone and insert Liam Neeson. Geez, that seems like a downgrade. It probably is. Not gonna lie, man. Dude, there's things here that are interesting, but it doesn't come across in a very cohesive way, and it's all just kind of mundane and there. It's a shame because I like Liam Neeson a lot, but this one, pun intended, didn't quite hit the mark. And then looky what we got here, guys. A little bit of Marvel goodness with the Blu-ray digital of Captain America, the 3 movie collection for $39.99. Nice. Little Captain America love didn't hurt nobody, did it? Hell, I don't think so. One of the best characters in the MCU, dare I say, man. Rest in peace, Captain America. I know he's not exactly dead, but he's really old, okay? He's got like 1 foot in the grave already, so he practically is dead. I mean, come on, man. So, but we got 3 great movies from Captain America. I mean, we honestly did, man. I mean, truth be told, all 3 of these movies are great. Captain America First Avenger, Captain America Winter Soldier, and Captain America Civil War. All of them are really, really solid MCU films and really great Captain America tales. They really honestly are, man. Which one would be my favorite Captain America movie? Ooh, that's a little tough, isn't it? That's kind of asking a lot, man, because I love all 3 of them. I know the majority of people would probably go ahead and say the Winter Soldier. They probably would. I think a lot of people would say the Winter Soldier, and I think that's a safe bet to say, because the Winter Soldier is such an amazing movie and is so well done. I mean, Civil War is really great too. I love Civil War with all the superheroes going against each other and teaming up. Like, I love that stuff. But you know what? I'm gonna honestly buck the trend, guys. I'm gonna buck the trend, and I'm gonna say my favorite Captain America movie is Captain America: The First Avenger. Now, I know some of you people are like, wait a minute, you're not picking Winter Soldier? Winter Soldier is awesome. And yes, Winter Soldier is absolutely amazingly awesome. But there's something about The First Avenger that I like. It feels like such a classic MCU tale. I love sort of the World War II setting. I love the vibe. I love the origin story. I think that Joe Johnston, who ended up directing it, had a really great feel to the movie, almost like something out of like The Rocketeer or something. I really enjoyed that movie. I think it's one of the best MCU origin tales I really do. I think it's incredibly solid, man. And I love sort of the skinnier Steve Rogers going to the bulkier one, but yet not losing the person that he was. I love Tommy Lee Jones in it and Haley Atwell. And I love Hugo Weaving in the movie. I thought he played a great villain. The Red Skull is amazing. I thought it was a fantastic movie. So that's what I'm gonna say. But I gotta be honest, I love them all. So it's hard for me to really pick at the end of the day. But I gotta say this, man. Chris Evans is a great actor, and he was an amazing Captain America, man. He was Captain America. And I remember when the casting was going on, and I remember when Chris Evans' name came up, and everybody was sort of bitching and complaining about Chris Evans. They were like, well, I mean, he had already played the Human Torch, and I don't know if he's really right for Captain America. And there was a lot of debate about it. But after that first film, I think the debate just went away. And with all of the movies that he was in, the Avengers ones and all these Captain America movies, he is Captain America. And no one's ever really going to replace him. But there's always going to be different characters and different people playing the role in certain ways. But I think Chris Evans, I think, will forever be known as Captain America, and rightfully so, because the man earned it. He earned his stars and stripes. That's for damn sure, man. God, I love all three of these movies. I mean, if you don't own it, 3-movie collection of Captain America ain't half bad. Then we have the DVD of Land for $29.99. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime as well, guys. Now, basically, this is also Robin Wright's feature film debut. And she ends up playing this woman who goes into the mountains, is these really rugged, beautiful, but unforgiving wilds of the Rocky Mountains. And she's basically going there to die. Kind of rough to say, but it is the truth. She had a lot of tragedy in her life, and she's basically going there to be left alone, to be solitary, and to basically kill herself and end her life, and that nobody will be around and nobody will know what happened to her, and she's just gonna deal with the grief and the sorrow and then finally end it. And it's her journey, this woman's journey of really finding herself again and finding friendship and finding a purpose and finding herself. And it's a really great, wonderful exploration of grief and tragedy turned into purpose. It really is an amazing tale. I thought the acting here was phenomenal. I thought Robin Wright did a really great job in the acting department. I mean, I love Robin Wright anyway. She's a really great actor, but she did an awesome job here. Damien Bashir also really did a phenomenal job. Now, I gotta admit, I really don't like Damien Bashir. He's not my favorite actor of all time. But here he played a really great sort of rancher, cowboy type character who really helps this woman find herself. Does a fantastic job, man. Really brings humanity to a really great role. And I also got to give Robin Wright a lot of credit in the directing department, because she shot the movie beautifully. I mean, the Rocky Mountains and the way she was able to capture it, the way she was able to capture the dangers, but yet the haunting beauty of these mountains and how magnificent they are, but yet incredibly unforgiving at the same time, and how any number of things you can either use to your advantage or it can absolutely kill you. I thought it was really well done. It's not the most exciting movie of all time. It's definitely more of a drama finding yourself movie than it is actually like action entertainment wise. But I gotta admit, I don't mind these type of movies, especially when they're really well done and when they can hold my interest. I still really dig them. And I gotta admit, with Land, even though it's not the most exciting movie of all time, it's not the most memorable movie of all time, I still gotta admit, I was really intrigued by it, and I was really connected with the movie. And at the end of the day, that's all I'm really asking for a drama. And this one, I thought really delivered. It's all about family. Yes, the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of The Fast and the Furious for $22.99, the 20th anniversary edition of the original Fast and Furious. Damn, I'm old. Shit. Dude, I remember when this thing came to movie theaters. I seriously do, man. I remember when it came to movie theaters 20 years ago, man. And, I was like, oh, this is kind of a cool little one-off movie. And I was so wrong. Oh my God. It turned into this really huge globe-trotting franchise. Man, what craziness did we get into with the Fast and Furious? But what we're still getting into to this day, man. Man, the wild adventures of this saga. Damn. You know what, man? It's so wild to look at the Fast and the Furious franchise now. It really is, isn't it? It's just so wild because it's such a different franchise than what the first movie was. I mean, the first movie, if you think about it, was just cool cars, beautiful women, and kick-ass action. That's what it was at the end of the day, man. And it succeeded in all three of them, I thought. I mean, it's just this simple story of this undercover cop infiltrating this group and to bust the bad guys, and he eventually falls in love with the chick. Oh, okay, cool, right? To think how far we've come in this goddamn franchise, man. I mean, cars swinging on fucking vines, taking cars and literally robbing a bank vault and all the craziness. I mean, cars, jumping buildings and shit. Like, my God, man. Man, we have went through some weird and wild times with this franchise, man. But I gotta admit, when we go so wild and so crazy with this franchise, there's something about going back to the original film, and there's something about the simplicity of it, which I really appreciate. Don't get me wrong, I love this franchise, man, and the wild and the craziness that happens with this stuff, there's something about it where I'm like, oh man, come on, man. I mean, eventually we're gonna be in outer space, right? I mean, seriously. We're just going so over the top and ridiculous, man. We really are. But I gotta admit, with the simplicity of that first movie, there's something about it that I really do appreciate, and I just love the idea that it's not trying to be anything big and bombastic. It's not trying to be in your face. It's just trying to be a simple tale with cool cars and macho bro characters, and that's all it is, man. And there's a value to that I really appreciate. I do, man. And you also got to remember that when this movie came out, Vin Diesel wasn't really the star that he is now. Paul Walker was still a very fresh face. Michelle Rodriguez was just getting popular. I mean, this movie and this franchise changed everybody. I mean, it truly did, man. I mean, who knew when you watched this first movie and how simple it was that we would have had so many movies, spin-offs, animated series, and just such a growing cash cow of a franchise that this is. Who would have guessed that? I mean, my God, man, you would have had to been fucking Nostradamus in order to figure this shit out, man. But I gotta tell you, dude, I mean, there is something really great about those early Fast and Furious movies. Simple as they were, dumb as they were, there's just something about cool drag racing and a cool little sort of, bro tale that still warms my heart. Yeah, I love the ridiculousness and all the cheese that comes with it, but there's something about the first one that I think actually still holds up to this day. I really do. I don't know whether you guys agree with me or not, but I definitely do think that in a big bad way, man. And it's nice cool to have it in 4K. And by the way, the Steelbook of Fast and Furious, not half bad, man. Cool artwork and a pretty cool movie. Simple, yes, but with the way the franchise went and all of the craziness and the outright ridiculousness that has happened since his first movie, go back and watch this. Boy, I don't think you'll even recognize it. That's how, like, simple it is, but gotta tell you, there's something about that simplicity and the charm of these ultimate bros that I still do love. And then I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of the Mauritanian for $34.99. And I actually really like this cover, guys, with sort of the stars and stripes and they're kind of bleeding through. I actually really like that, man. And by the way, what a cast, man. Jodie Foster, Shailene Woodley, Benedict Cumberbatch. Nice cast, man. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime. And truth be told, the reason why I did was because it was coming out this week. I really knew nothing about the movie, who was actually in it. I just decided to give it a chance, man, and I'm really glad I did. Basically, it's about this guy, true story, by the way, based on a true story, of this person who had, some passing interactions with some of the terrorists and people from 9/11. And if you remember back in that time, guys, we were basically bagging and tagging anybody who had any sort of communication, whether it be just really simple passing, it doesn't matter, with any of the terrorists, people who planned 9/11. So they were sending them to facilities where they weren't going to see society again, let alone the light of day. And basically this guy got caught up in all of that. And it's basically the struggles, the complications, the heartaches, and the legal issues that basically he had to deal with to try to get himself to freedom. And it's such a wild, fascinating story, man, and I loved this. Now, truth be told, a movie like this had the potential to be absolutely boring, and I truly do mean that. Movies like this have the potential to be a little bit of a bore. You go through all of the legal mumbo jumbo and the courtroom drama stuff and yada yada yada. It has the potential to be kind of a bore fest. But this movie, not so much. You get to go through this guy's struggles in Guantanamo Bay, the idea of him being tortured and ridiculed and humiliated and waterboarded, and the insane torture techniques that these people would do to him, depriving him of sleep or even basic meals, starving him, you name it, manipulating him just to get a simple confession that he did something wrong, even though he never did. This man was 100% innocent. He only had a passing communication with one of the terrorists, and just because of that, just because of that simple interaction years before 9/11 ever happened, he was put in Guantanamo Bay for 14 years. 14 years of his life gone. Literally tortured and beaten and psychologically tormented. This man, his story is powerful. And man, was it just a real trip to watch this, and to just sort of see the military's reasoning of just wanting to convict him just for the sake of convicting him, to get something out there to the American public that says we got somebody. But in doing that, you're harming an innocent man, and it's just wild to think that we would do anything just to prove that we were right. And this guy got caught in the crossfire. Damn, man. That's wild to me. Absolutely wild and crazy. And what a powerhouse of a story this was, man. I mean, it's one of those moments where when he's literally getting tortured, I got angry. I was visibly angry, man. I was angry at America. I was angry at us. that we did this to this guy. You know, America is the land of freedom, a land of rights, and, you know, land of the free, home of the brave. But man, like this just really opened a lot of eyes to just what these people were dealing with. And some, truth be told, some of them, you know, deserve to be imprisoned. But you gotta go through the process of finding out the truth. And this guy just didn't get that due process, and the story is amazing. The acting here is absolutely phenomenal. Jodie Foster does an amazing job here. Shailene Woodley, Benedict Cumberbatch, all of them have really great dramatic roles, really great dramatic moments. All of them shine 110%. Even Tahir Rahim, who plays the main character, the guy who's in prison in Guantanamo Bay, he does a phenomenal job as this prisoner of war that is just literally beaten down and tormented for years on end. But yet, he goes in a courtroom and he says, I forgive the people who tortured me. I forgive them. Because that's what my God, that's what Allah says for me to do, is to forgive. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I would be so pissed at these people. I would want revenge on all of these motherfuckers. But he forgives them for everything that was done to him. And it's so powerful and amazing of a watch. It really got to me in a big bad way, guys. It really truly did. This is an amazing, amazing movie. And at the end, you see the real life guy and him, you know, being free and obviously living his life now. And he's having a good time with his life. He doesn't hold any grudges and regrets. And God bless his heart and soul, man. I mean, it's movies like this that really show the ugly side of America. You know, movies are powerful. Movies, you know, have really great messages that can either lift us up or tear us down. This one honestly kind of tears us down a bit, but maybe we need that. Maybe we need this kick in the ass. This is a kick in the ass that's honestly powerful as it is, and sometimes hard to watch, is really, truly, and honestly worth every second to watch it and take in the true horrors of America. Oh, and speaking of more 4K love, Shrek, the 4K Blu-ray digital for $19.99, another 20th anniversary edition. Man, do these editions really want me to feel like an old motherfucker? I am so old, man, because I remember this one coming out too. I remember the first Shrek movie. Oh man, what a blast from the past, dude. I love Shrek, man. And I remember when this film came out, and, you know, I've never really been the biggest fan of animated movies, per se. And I was like, okay, this is a simple movie, you know, an ogre and a donkey, you know, whatever. And, man, once I got a chance to watch this movie is fun. It is fun. It's funny. It's hilarious. I love the characters here. It's heartwarming. It's got a great message of acceptance. What a great goddamn animated movie, man. And the voice talent is great. I mean, Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, John Lithgow. Oh, so good, man. Oh man, what a great fairy tale that sort of spoofs on fairy tales at the same time. I really liked it. I thought it was great, man. And this movie has become iconic. The franchise has become iconic. It's just one of those movies that took the world by storm. It really did, because it made a huge amount of money at the box office. It ended up spawning, you know, a number of other films and spin-offs and toys, merchandise galore up the ass. But deservedly so, though. I mean, it's still great to this day, man. And the animation for back in the day was fantastic. And I actually think it still holds up, man. I really love it a lot. I just love the bond between Shrek and the donkey, which I think is just really fun. And I love Lord Farquaad. and how he's this little tiny guy with this sort of a small person complex. And I love that. I love that so much, man. And Fiona, and the love between Shrek and Fiona, and oh man, I just love this movie so much, man. It's so great. It really is, man. And I love all the little side characters too, man. Sort of the gingerbread man, and Pinocchio, and all these other characters, man. You know, it's something about the world of Shrek that's really enduring and really great, and I just love it, dude. I think Shrek is still great to this day, and honestly, even though I'm not the biggest fan of animated movies in a lot of ways, there are certain animated movies that I could watch anytime, anywhere, at any moment, and Shrek is one of those movies, man. Absolutely classic, and any kid needs to watch this movie, man. Actually, what am I talking about? It's for kids, it's for adults, it's for old people, it's for everybody, man. Everybody would enjoy this movie. Even a grump like me would enjoy Shrek, and I definitely did, man. It probably would look really cool in 4K. And Shrek Steelbook love? That ain't half bad, man. Even a miserable ogre like Shrek would gotta love that, man. And then I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of the 3-movie collection of Cars for $39.99. Not bad, actually. And in a really bulky Blu-ray case. Very interesting. I gotta admit, guys, that I've never really been the biggest fan of the Cars franchise. You know, like, I've gotten into the Shrek franchise and I've really enjoyed those movies, but not really Cars. I mean, I've watched all 3 of them, and I enjoy them to a certain extent. Like, my favorite would probably be the first Cars film. It's probably the best out of all of them. Some people would probably say Cars 2, but I think the first Cars is probably the best. I mean, I like the designs of the cars. I like the voice acting. I mean, it's not bad. It's a cool one for kids, but I think for me as an adult, it's a little too goofy, maybe. I don't know. It kind of has that feel a little bit. I mean, for little kids, it's absolutely perfect. And I think the animation is really cool, and I think it's solid. I mean, it's Disney Pixar, and they do a fantastic job. So, no hate towards them, but honestly, as far as like the Disney Pixar animated stuff is concerned, the Cars franchise is not my favorite, to be honest. But then again, I don't think this franchise was ever aimed towards me, so that's part of it too. I mean, it's cool that they have the 3-movie collection, and for $40. That's not half bad for that one. And then the other thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of the 2-movie collection of Finding Nemo and Finding Dory for $24.99. Now this is actually a really fantastic set, man, and great movies. Well, the first is a really great movie. Now, for the longest time, I had never seen Finding Nemo. I know, for such a classic animated movie, I've never seen it. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. And my girlfriend was forcing me for the longest time. She was kind of nudging me a little bit. She's like, hey, what about we watch Finding Nemo? And I'm like, how about we don't? And I was really resisting her. Because, as I said, I'm kind of a grump when it comes to animated movies. I am. Truth be told, I just am, guys. But, you know, one of the weeks, it was her week to pick, and so she's like Finding Nemo, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll relent. And honestly, I'm so glad I relented, because it's so good. Finding Nemo is fantastic. The animation is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love the characters. I love the story of this little fish that's trying to find its parents and its loved one, and the adventures that it goes on. I thought it was such a phenomenal movie. It's funny, it's heartwarming, memorable characters. It's got it all. It's so good, man. And it's a movie that's not just for kids, because adults can really enjoy it as well. It's really fantastic, man. And so I highly recommend Finding Nemo. Not like you guys need a recommendation from me about Finding Nemo, but I'm just saying it's really, really fantastic. But I gotta admit, I've yet to watch Finding Dory. I know, really weird, right? I've yet to actually watch that movie. Now my girlfriend is now trying to get me to watch Finding Dory, and that's becoming a little bit of a challenge because I've heard a little bit of different. Some people really like Finding Dory, and other people think it's very lackluster, not as good as Finding Nemo. So I'm a little on the fence about watching it, but I have a feeling that, my girlfriend will one day get her way, and I'll be having to watch Finding Dory. She always gets her way. So I probably will, man. But I gotta admit, as much as I love Finding Nemo now, I don't know if Finding Dory is gonna actually deliver or not, but I have heard good things about it, so I will have to give it a look eventually. But these are these are animated classics. Kids love them. I can totally see why. And again, it's Disney Pixar, man, and there's something about Disney Pixar that is just really special. It truly is, man. I mean, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Cars, but I can appreciate it. I can appreciate the artistry that goes into these type of animated movies, and Pixar always does an absolutely amazing job, deservedly so. And Finding Nemo, well, even for an animated movie grump like myself, can definitely appreciate it. Not half bad, man. If you haven't picked that up, 25 bucks for 2 movie collection on Blu-ray, DVD, digital, not half bad, guys. Not half bad at all, man. And honestly, man, not half bad this week. Look at all the releases. Jesus. Well, it is a busy release week, and Target definitely proves it. Let's see if there's anything else, perhaps worth checking out. Into the not-so-vastness of the Target physical media section. But is there any other new releases worth checking out? I believe there is, baby. Yes, with the Saw 4K Blu-ray digital. Yes, we finally see it, baby. For $16.99. Oh, look at that, man. If it's Halloween, it must be Saw. Oh my God, what a great tagline that was, man. God, and what a great damn movie, dude. Talk about a blast from the past, man. Believe 2004. Yes, 2004 indeed, man. God, and what a wild time going back to 2004, because this movie, I think, hit everybody over the head. No one was expecting this movie, man. And you heard, oh, it's from these indie filmmakers, James Wan and Lee Winnell. They're like, who are these guys? And now you look back at it and you're like, these guys are some of the best new age horror voices within the genre. And so you look back on it, it's just so wild to think that this movie really came out of nowhere and literally stunned so many people. I don't know if people were really expecting it to be as good as it was, but it really did. And it spawned an entire franchise that is still going to this day, guys. I mean, how wild is that? But this movie, man, the original, was so amazing. And it was so fantastic. And it was such a really great idea. And I thought it was done brilliantly. I thought it was executed in the best ways, man. I gotta admit, I just love the idea of Jigsaw, this mysterious figure who is torturing people not for the sake of torturing them, but to almost teach them a lesson about the value of life. And the idea that life is precious, and not to squander it and waste it or take advantage of it. Like, I appreciate that, man, but I just love how it was executed in that way, man. And I thought Carrie Elways was brilliant here. Danny Glover. A lot of people forget that Danny Glover was in this movie, man. Yeah, he played one of the cops that was after Jigsaw. I love that. Tobin Bell, of course. Like, Tobin Bell is great. He's a really great actor. He's done a lot of really great roles. But come on. he will always, and I mean always, be known for Jigsaw, and rightfully so. He brought a certain level uh, of gravitas to the role that I don't know if other people would have done. Maybe they would have done it differently, but he executed it perfectly. And I just love the mystery aspect of it, being in this really gritty, rundown bathroom where you feel like you need a fucking tetanus shot, and you're like waking up, you're chained, you're with somebody that you may or may not know, and it's finding out the clues, the mysteries, who to trust, who not to trust, and how do you escape from this place. I love that. This movie is really one of the best horror movies of the early 2000s. Dare I say, of the last 20 or so years, it's one of the best. And I just love the mindfuckery of the movie. I love the traps. Like, the traps are so cool. And I think that was another thing that people really responded to, was the traps. And just how, you have to hurt yourself in some ways, or hurt other people, in order to free yourself. And the idea that you have to value life, but in order to do that, you have to be taught a lesson because of it. I like that, man. I think it's clever. I really do, man. I think people really love the inventiveness of this movie. I think they like the characters. I like the mystery, the traps. I think everything worked perfectly with this movie, and it really just came out of nowhere. And I think it stunned a lot of people, and rightfully so. I mean, even the Jigsaw doll now is iconic. It's everywhere. And you wouldn't think of horror without it. But there was a time that it wasn't even around. But now it's just part of the everyday horror pop culture. And that's how great Saw is, man. I mean, even if we had only had the one movie, I think it would still be iconic to this day. But the whole franchise alone, I mean, yeah, people say the torture porn stuff, but take that out of the equation and just look at it as a really solid story with an intriguing mystery and very intriguing characters. And by the way, I can't not say about the twist. I mean, I won't say what the twist is, but it was one of those twists that I remember watching the movie and my jaw was on the fucking floor, dude. It was on the floor. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, are you kidding me? And I just was left with my mouth open, dude. I couldn't believe it, man. And sometimes it is true. It's just as important how you end as how you begin. And this definitely left people with quite a memorable impression. Rightfully so, man. Such a really great, wonderful movie that still deserves love to this day, man. And especially 4K love. I really like the artwork on that. That's really cool, man. With the Saw puppet. Oh, so awesome. Look at that. Oh, cool. If you've never seen Saw, well, what the hell are you doing? If you're a lover of horror in any way, come on. You've got to watch Saw. And don't wait till Halloween, damn. However, Halloween is the perfect time to watch movies like this. So I couldn't blame you if you did wait. But it definitely needs to be watched. If you're a horror aficionado or a horror lover in any ways, required viewing. That's for damn sure, guys. Nice. So nice, man. Awesome. Cool. Some 4K love. And by the way, that 4K is really nice. And a hell of a lot of new release love as well. Damn. Target really came through this week. They sure did. All right. Let's head out. Damn, guys. Target blew it out of the water, man. They literally sunk Walmart's battleship. Like, holy shit, man. Wow, I've told you guys previously that when there is a really plentiful release week, Target delivers. And this week, oh, that proves my theory in a big bad way. It proves it 100%, man. Damn, there was so much really great stuff to check out this week here, man. I mean, they had pretty much all of the new releases, the 4K love, you name it, Steelbook love as well. I mean, they had it going on this week. That's for damn sure. There's certain weeks where Target ain't that great, and there's certain weeks where they shine, and this week they definitely shine, man. I mean, last week they were pretty good, and this week they were excelente, baby. Yes, they damn were, man. Ooh, they definitely were. I loved it. I loved it. Showing off the media, talking about all this stuff. I mean, they was plentiful as shit, and I'm so glad, man. A movie lover's dream. I can't say Target always delivers, but this week they definitely shined. Definitely. No denying that one, man. No denying at all. Very, very happy, man, as far as I'm concerned. I'm very happy. Hope you are too. Let's head to the next location and hopefully more physical media love. All right, everybody. We are at our third location, the second Walmart. I'm going to go in and check out if there's any interesting indie titles we're showing off. If there is, I will bring it back to Film Fan 108 HU and show it off to each and every one of you. But before I do that, I gotta talk about a trailer, man. This one is making the rounds, and it's popular, baby, and I can see why. Highly, highly anticipated. Venom. Let there be carnage. Yes! Oh, yes, baby! Oh, yes! I was anticipating this one, man. I was hoping it was coming soon. Oh, I'm so happy, dude. Wow, man. Now, okay, I'm not gonna lie. You know, as a new age comic book lover, Venom came on the scene and I think really was very fascinating to a lot of comic book lovers. Old school fans, a little bit, not so much, on the fence. But newer fans really loved it. And I think we were always waiting for, hey, when are they going to do this on the big screen? And then Sam Raimi did in Spider-Man 3. And we know what happened with that one, guys. Not a good experience. And so we're like, okay, they really fucked up Venom. And so we're never going to see it again. And then we got a standalone Venom movie without Spider-Man in it. And you're thinking to yourself, hold on a second, he's a Spider-Man villain, so they're doing something really different here. And you're like, okay, Tom Hardy's in it, and you're like, okay, I'm liking Tom Hardy here. The design looks pretty cool, and then you see PG-13, and you're like, oh no. Oh man, this thing's supposed to eat people, like PG-13. And so there was things that you were liking, things that were going against it. And you know, when I walked out of that movie theater, me and John and some of the guys, we were like, this thing is awesome. You know, yes, it had some shortcomings to it, but outside of some of those, man, the movie was awesome. The movie was really cool. And so, you know, for somebody who thought they could never do it right with Venom, they did, truth be told. And then at the end of that movie, they had hinted at perhaps carnage, and you're like, okay, I'm feeling this. Let's do it, man. And so here we are. The movie is coming this year. Actually, the movie was supposed to come last year, but with the coronavirus and everything, well, that kind of killed it. But it's coming, baby. This September, I believe, we are getting some carnage. Yes, and this trailer, man, I gotta tell you, I really like this trailer. I like some of the imagery here. I like the comedy of it. I love the idea that the symbiote and, you know, Tom Hardy are now sort of one. They're comfortable with one another. Yes, it's not the most perfect union of all time. There's a lot of aspects and shortcomings that are not all there, but they are learning to live with each other the best they possibly can. It's like the most fucked up odd couple you've ever seen in your life, man. And, you know, yet at the same time, there's this growing threat of this guy in prison who will eventually become Carnage. And the fact that the symbiote enhances who you are. If you are a very evil person, if you are a person that is out to kill and to destroy and for destruction and just a bad person overall, it is going to enhance you. You are going to be an even worse person. and that symbiote will essentially, you know, make you an even worse person than what you are. And this guy and the character of Carnage is sort of the ultimate of evils. And it's basically Venom and it's Tom Hardy and it's them having to fight Carnage to try to take him down before Carnage destroys everything. And I like that idea to it. And I mean, number one, it's cool to have Tom Hardy here because Tom Hardy's awesome. And I love that he's embracing the goofy comedy with the sort of badassness of the character and sort of the action qualities. This is not a role that Tom Hardy does a lot of times, so I like that he's fully embracing it here. I also got to give it to Woody Harrelson. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of a little bit on the fence about Woody. Let me tell you something. Woody's going to handle this. He's going to handle his business because Woody is a fantastic actor. He could play comedy. He could play drama. He could play horror. He's a phenomenal actor. And you have to remember that he has played really evil, sickening characters before. Natural Born Killers, anybody? Yeah, he did that. And he's played some really low lives, some scum people. He's going to know how to play this. And I like the idea that this guy is unremorseful. This guy likes to play mind games, and his Carnage is going to be brutal. I think Woody's going to deliver here. I truly do believe that, man. When you have the anti-hero with Tom Hardy, you have the badass villain in Woody Harrelson. I see nothing wrong here whatsoever. I see pure gold. And also, by the way, the design of Carnage is awesome. You only get to see brief glimpses of it, but what you see is really damn cool, man. I like the red. I mean, it is straight out of what you would have seen in the comic books, man, and it is glorious. And also, speaking of this film is directed by Andy Serkis, the same guy who played as Gollum in Lord of the Rings. He was in the Planet of the Apes trilogy. He's a phenomenal actor, a great person as far as motion capture technology, big champion of that. And with the fact of CGI and motion capture and action and character and drama, Andy's got this, man. I think Andy Serkis is going to be awesome as the director of this. I think the special effects, just from the trailer, look amazing. The acting looks cool. Woody Harrelson is going to handle his business. I guarantee you on that one. And it's just nice to see Tom Hardy and Venom back in. It's almost like seeing like old friends. Really old, fucked up friends that you wouldn't want them to stay in your house. But you're happy to have a conversation with them as long as they don't bite your head off. You know, look, it's not like I'm a piece of Pez or anything. Come on. Oh, man, it looks great. It looks killer. It looks awesome. And it's everything that I was hoping for a Venom sequel. And bring it on, man. Bring it on big time. I think it's going to be cool. I really do. Could it suck at the end of the day? Yeah. Any movie has the potential to either be great or bad. But I think this one's going to deliver, man. I have a feeling, dude. I really do. But come September, I think we're all going to find out. And let's hope that that beautiful bastard delivers. Let's hope indeed, man. Let me know what you guys think of that. In the meantime, let's head into the second Walmart and see, well, let's hope for some good indie Walmart goodness. Back in at the second Walmart, ladies and gentlemen, and you know, it's a pretty good release week, and usually sometimes I found when it's a pretty good release week, that means that we don't get a lot of stuff to show off at the second Walmart, all that indie weirdness. But not this week, guys. Oh no, you have no idea how many releases they have of that indie Walmart goodness, man. Holy shit, it's literally overflowing. I couldn't believe it, man. They got some weird shit this week. I mean, some of that stuff looks so odd. I can't wait to dive into it, guys. So you know what that means. Seth, show off the physical media. Come on. So what are you gonna do if I don't? Hmm? Do I gotta smack a hoe? He's always so forceful. I love it. Oh, he's a big old teddy bear. What am I talking about? I'm a teddy bear. Oh, man. Guys, yes, more Walmart indie goodness love, baby. You know how we do it, man. But I got to admit, this week has started out a little rough, man. I mean, when I went to that first Walmart and I saw only that William Shatner title, I thought, man, we are in for a really rough go of it. But Target surprised the absolute hell out of me, and so has the second Walmart goodness, man. They definitely have, man. And thank God. Because I thought, man, boy, I thought this was going to be a good week, and we're heading towards Shitsville, and boy, we took a detour into better territory. Thank the Lord, man. You know, physical media can be unpredictable. Let's be real, guys. I mean, when you're dealing with the stores, there is no guarantees on anything. And that's the truth. There really isn't. And I think these out and abouts, if anything, has proven that. Because I could go into a store that literally has every intention of, wow, well, there's a lot of really great media this week. And go into the store and it literally has Zippo, Zilch, Nada, Nothing, or the latest William Shatner flick. Hey, you know? And then there's weeks where I would think that there's a store that's not going to have anything, right? Because they haven't had much for the past few weeks. And then they totally surprise me. You just don't know. You really don't, man. And I think the gamble of it is part of the thrill of movie hunting to a certain degree, right? Because it's really the anticipation and also the sense of the unknown. To know that you're walking into a situation that can either be extremely plentiful or extremely bare. You just don't know, man. And I think that's part of the genuine, really great sense of I'm going to go in here and I'm going to check out these titles and I'm going to dig in and we're going to find out what is worth checking out, man. And that's just part of the love. That's part of being a movie lover and diving into the media. Because that's how we do it. That's how physical media lovers, movie lovers do it, man. You get your hands dirty, you go in, and you check the media out. Good, bad, ugly. You're there for the love of the movies. And that's the most important part about it, man. And yeah, I love ordering online. It is easier, to be fair. And, you know, a little bit more selection. But there is something about being in the stores and the unpredictability of it and finding the rarest gem or the unknown title that you weren't expecting, and it shows up and you never thought it would be there. There's something about a thrill of that as much as I love ordering online, you just can't get it through online. Don't get me wrong, I love getting packages in the mail. Any physical media package, I love. But there's something about being in the store that is old school, and it feels genuine to me. And I just love it. I mean, mind you, I don't think this is going to last forever, guys. I want it to. I really do. I would love it to last forever. But something tells me in my deep heart of hearts that it may not be around as long as I might want it to, or you guys might want it to. So I'm riding the train. I'm riding that physical media train for as long as it takes me, guys. And I hope you guys are on board. Well, I know you guys are on board. You're watching. So, as long as we're on board, why not keep this train rolling? And the Walmart Indie Weirdness train is about to get on board. Did somebody say Walmart Indie Goodness? I believe I did. Yes, indeed, baby. All that Walmart weirdness is back in a big, bad way. So let's get down to it, shall we? With the first title being Pixie. Ooh, the DVD digital. Shall we go see the big scary drug dealer now? Fantastic. Olivia Cook, Cole Meany, Alec Baldwin. I'm liking that, man. I'm curious as to what this is about, Let's see about this one. Huh. On a path to avenge her mother's death, Pixie attempts a heist that will give her the means to leave her small town behind. When the plan goes horribly wrong, she's forced to team up with a pair of misfits who are clearly in over their heads. On the run from an organized gang, criminal priests and nuns led by Father McGrath, Alec Baldwin, the trio will scheme and swindle anyone that comes across in this hilarious and thrilling adventure. Oh, very interesting. Criminal priests led by Alec Baldwin. Why not, man? Why not? Oh, this looks good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I love Olivia Cook, especially from Ready Player One. I thought she was absolutely fantastic. Alec Baldwin has definitely gotten into more comedy in his later acting career. I mean, he's definitely doing more of that. This definitely looks like it's funny yet thrilled at the same time. Cole Meany, great, man. Old school stuff. I remember him back in the day when he was doing Star Trek, man. Love the guy, man. Absolutely do. You know what this movie kind of reminds me of a little bit? It reminds me of that movie, if you remember it, I think it's from like 1990 or something. Nuns on the Run. Do you remember that one? It's with Robbie Coltrane and Eric Idle. They play these crooks that have to hide out in a convent and they pretend to be nuns. It's so wild and ridiculous, man. But I love the shit out of that movie, man. Talk about a movie I haven't seen in years. That one definitely needs a revisit. But this one looks fun. It looks wild. It looks adventurous, quirky characters, and Alec Baldwin in a priest costume with a gun. How could I ever resist? Oh, this could be a fun time. It's time to send it, bro. Yes, indeed it is. Oh, baby, what is this? Let your dreams fly, bro. Yes. We got Denise Richards and Michael Jai White in this motherfucker. Oh, my God. What are we in for with this one? Oh, baby. His destiny is up in the air. Okay. Curious as to what's going on in this little beach bongo adventure. When it comes to kiteboarding, the extreme water sport, Billy Johnson shreds. En route to the Worldwide Kiting Championships, he picks up savvy, sexy Sky. And as the wild, decadent festivities unfold, Sky teaches Billy to fight for his dreams. Highlighted by a live gig from 2 Chainz and stunts from the sport's real-world superstars, this outrageous action comedy features Denise Richards, Patrick Fabian, Richard Branson. Ready for thrills? Don't think about it. Send it. Okay. Okay. Truth be told, I don't really know much about kiteboarding. Okay, I don't know if you guys have been around the channel long enough, but I'm not exactly any kind of surfing or boarding expert. Okay, I'm not. All right, far from it, man. Oh, dude, Jesus. You know, this movie honestly reminds me of a couple things. It reminds me of that movie. It's from the late 80s, Back to the Beach. Do you remember that one, man? Frankie Avalon, Annette Funicello. Yeah, that's a fucking blast from the past, man. I watched that shit back at like USA Up All Night days, man. Shit. Man, those were the fucking days. And it also kind of reminds me of one other movie. Not a surfboard type of movie exactly, but one kind of similar, guys. And that is none other than, Rad. Of course it reminds me of Rad. Of course, Rad is way cooler, right? Absolutely. Come on, how can Rad not be cool? Absolutely. So that's kind of where my thought is with this movie. I mean, it might be a fun little sort of, uh surfboard, or I should say kiteboarding adventure with, good-looking babes, cool waves, and cool music by Two Chains. Why not? But it'll never be as cool as Back to the Beach. Come on, Frankie Avalon, Nefunicello. I mean, you got Denise Richards and Michael Jai White, and who else was this? Oh, Richard Branson. Well, shit, if you got Richard Branson, then that completely makes this movie so much better, right? Right. You know what? It probably is a cool little tale about love, romance, surfboarding, and finding yourself. Ah, not like we haven't seen that before. I'll stick to Back to the Beach. Something about it in that Funicello makes me want to surf the waves, bro. Did someone call an ambulance? Well, if you did, something tells me this chick probably is not the one you want to go to. I don't think so, guys. Blue Call. Your life, your solution. Ooh, I actually really do like this cover, man. I like sort of the neon look with the red and the blood there. Something about that's really striking to me. I really like that quite a bit, man. Ooh, I definitely like the neon hues there. Nice. After the traumatic death of a young girl in her ambulance, EMT Haley suffers from PTSD and guilt. When she returns to work after an absence, her first call is a wrist cutter who asks her to finish the job as an act of mercy. Ooh, God, that's tough, man. Jeez. God, good luck with that decision. This leads Haley to become an angel of death. She scores Nembutal from a drug dealer to facilitate her mercy killings. Oh, so she actually did go through with this shit. Oh, fuck. Like, I I thought she'd just grant them, like saving their lives or something. Like, not exactly returning the favor and killing them. Like, jeez. And talk about a messed up angel of death. Yo. It's embroidered a number of dangerous situations. The lines of morality blur, and her goal of helping people gets overcome by her need to cover for her crimes. Ooh. Man, I kind of like this synopsis to this. I'm not going to lie. This looks really fascinating to me, man. You know what this kind of reminds me of? Not completely, but somewhat. And that is Bringing Out the Dead. Do you remember that one? It's actually a really great Martin Scorsese movie. It's actually incredibly underrated Martin Scorsese movie. When you think of Martin Scorsese, you definitely don't think of Bringing Out the Dead. You think of a lot of other flicks. Bringing Out the Dead is low on the list, but such a really underrated film. Nicolas Cage, John Goodman, Ving Rhames, Tom Sizemore, Patricia Arquette in that movie. Fantastic. And Nicolas Cage plays this ambulance driver paramedic who is trying to keep his sanity after so many people have died, and he's just feeling remorseful about things, and just trying to keep his wits about him. And easier said than done, man. Kind of similar, not completely, but I like the idea that this chick is really sort of losing it. And she has a lot of these people that are on these drugs and pills and everything that are on the doorstep of death. And she says, you know what, fine, if you want to die and if you don't want to be saved, then I'll do the deed. And that's what she does, man. And almost like an ambulance paramedic version of Dr. Kevorkian or sort of something, right? Like instead of a van, it's sort of an inner ambulance. Like that's kind of fucked up, but really fascinating, man. I kind of like the dilemma of being a paramedic, an ambulance driver, swearing sort of your oath to want to save lives, and this chick is doing the exact opposite, and sort of the dilemma of that. Really fascinating stuff, man. Looks really interesting to me. I don't know. Like sometimes I come across one that looks really fascinating and interesting, one that would be well worth the watch. And I think if you're looking for a little interesting moral dilemma, Blue Call might be where it's at. I'm just not gonna call an ambulance. I mean, I want to live. And clearly, she's in the business of making me a dead man. So, yeah, I think I'll call somebody else. Sorry, lady. Of course, the next one is Morgue. Once she kills you, well, you kind of have to go to the morgue. God damn it. Oh, death is not the end. Oh, man, don't tell me that. God. Ah, damn it. Pretty creepy, dare I say. After a harrowing accident, the perpetually down on his luck Diego Martinez accepts a gig as a security guard at the local morgue. He thought he's had a lucky break, but as the night wears on, eerie occurrences and the suddenly not quite lifeless body of the victim leave him to wonder how much otherworldly rage does it take to wake the dead. Really? Okay. Is this really happening, or is this guy going nuts? Well, either way, he's fucked. Oh, man. Good Lord, dude. Very, very interesting, man. I'm not gonna lie. You want to know what this movie reminds me of a little bit, actually? I'm thinking of, like, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. That's definitely one that comes to mind. But you know what other one comes to mind, actually? Is Night Watch. Do you remember Night Watch with Ewan McGregor and Nick Nolte? That's a good one, man. That's a fantastic one. What a great little suspenseful thriller yarn that one is, man. Great. Definitely a forgotten movie, but so, so damn good, man. I like the idea of this guy being in this morgue. Creepy things are going on. You know, you think the body moved and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And just the whole fucked up creepiness of it. There's something about that really is just unsettling. I mean, truly, man. I mean, look, I've had some weird jobs in my life so far, but I can't say I've ever worked at a morgue. I don't know if I would want to work at a morgue, man. You know, I've seen some really great movies like Reanimator, where I never want to work in a fucking morgue ever in my life, man. I mean, no offense, dude, but I don't want shit coming to life and, you know, starting to attack me. Look, fuck that, man. Hell, screw that. That's not happening, man. You know, but what's great about this is that there is a lot of very eerie moments that you can capitalize on. You know, this really strange, unsettling silence that sort of is all over the place, and this just feeling that you're not alone. And I think a movie like this could really take advantage of that. I like the idea of it. It could be good, and it could be bad. You know, it could have those really stupid jump scares that unfortunately don't really do the trick, and a lot of them are just really cheap and not really all that effective. Or it could use the silence and unsettling factor to its advantage and make it very terrifying and unique. This movie could go either way, but I gotta tell you, it looks pretty interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie. I might want to check into the morgue. Okay, maybe not check into the morgue. I'm keeping my ass out of the morgue, at least for the time being, guys. But I'm kind of curious. How much money would you have to get paid an hour to work in a morgue? If I had to pick a dollar value, I'd say maybe for some out-of-print Blu-rays? I don't know. Would my death be worth it for the out-of-print Blu-rays? God, I hope. Oh, but we're not done with the Walmart goodness yet, guys. Another 4 on the docket. Let's get to it, baby. With the next yarn, weirdness, however you want to call it. Chinese-speaking vampires. Man, and I thought they all spoke English. Damn, man. Look at that, dude. This looks all kind of weird, man. What the fuck is this? What the hell did I just come across? Their war has come to America. Shit, man, can we, like, you know, transport them back overseas? Shit, man. Shit. Man, take away their green cards and visas, motherfucker. Damn. Something tells me that's easier said than done. Oh, boy. What is this about? Tony is an actor who needs his big break. When his agent gets him an audition for a role in a Mandarin-speaking movie, he starts taking classes. Okay, simple enough. When the casting agents give him a month to work on his skills, Tony signs up for an advanced course in Mandarin. Okay, you want to speed up the skills, I get it. The problem is that the teacher is a Chinese-speaking vampire. What? You just happened to go to a fucking Mandarin class where the teacher happens to be a fucking vampire? What? The hell? And the way he teaches the language is by bestowing it through vampirism. What the fuck? Man, all I want is the fucking credits, man. I want to speak Mandarin. Man, I don't want vampirism. I'm white as it is. I don't think I can get much paler. I don't want to find out. Fuck. Damn. His teacher wants to raise a vampire army. Oh, Jesus. To take over LA, but all Tony wants is to get the role. Oh, shit. He doesn't even give a fuck. He's like, oh, fine. Take over LA. I don't give a fuck. Can I just learn Mandarin, man? Oh, that's so great. Oh, shit. He and the other students must fight back against the teacher. Oh, my God. He goes to the other classmates. It's like, well, what do you think about this vampirism thing? I don't know, man. It's cool. You get to live for a long, long time, but man, the blood. Man, I'm a fucking vegetarian. Oh man, I don't know what the fuck this is, man. Jesus Christ. It started off so innocent, right? He just wanted Mandarin lessons to get the fucking audition and nail it. And now he's dealing with his teacher that's a vampire. And the way to actually speak it is through vampirism, and there's a fucking raising an army to take over LA, and like what the fuck? And it's just LA? Like they don't want to take over the world? Like we're cool with LA. We don't want to take over anywhere else. New York City, they can leave it. We like the Yankees. We'll keep them. We'll keep them okay. Denver is cool. Mexico, nothing. Texas, everything's better in Texas, but apparently the vampires don't give a shit. They only care about LA for some god knows reason. Oh my fucking Lord. Jesus Christ. This looks crazy, man. God, look at this. I gotta admit, the vampires do look kind of cool, though, man. Look at that. They kind of look like we're kind of fucked up, too. Oh, my God. What the fuck? Dude, I like a good vampire movie. I'm not gonna lie. I love a bunch of vampire movies. John Carpenter's vampires, The Lost Boys. Oh my God, so many great fucking movies. Bram Stoker's Dracula, the original old school Dracula stuff from the old school Universal days. You name it, man. I love a good vampire yarn. But what the fuck did I just stumble upon, damn it? What the hell? This is an odd one, baby. Damn. What the? It's like Blade meets, like, almost like a teacher gone evil thing. Like, almost like teaching Mrs. Tingle meets Blade or something. What the fuck? I don't know, man. God, this thing is odd. If you're looking for a weird vampire movie, hey, I got one right up your alley. And the next Walmart weirdness goes to Cerebrum. Okay. I actually like that cover, man. Very nice. Very trippy. Have you backed up your brain? Actually, that's a really good question. Have I? Should I? I have a lot of useless movie knowledge in my brain. Maybe it's best not to back it up, guys. It could screw up the computer. Oh, Lord. Oh, ooh, I like that. With all the synapses and the weird cords to his brain? Yo, that's fascinating. What's this about? Tom Davis signs up to help his father Kirk with his illegal memory-based experiments because he needs the money. Dude! McDonald's? Burger King? Wendy's? Taco Bell? There's better legal ways to make money than to help your father with illegal mind-bending activities. Just for the money. Dude. And on the plus side, with some of those, hey, you get free fast food. That's much better than illegal brain experiments, right? I mean, the fries alone are worth it. Oh, God. Oh, baby. Even though he has a frosty relationship with his father, of course he does. When his father ends up dead, Tom finds out Kirk had been hiding his mother's Alzheimer's and was trying to find a cure by backing up people's memory on a hard drive. Tom vows to finish the research by implanting his father's memories into himself, but faces obstacles from his father's ex-colleague who wants to sell the research to be used for ill intent. Oh, interesting. I like that. I'm not going to lie, man. You want to know what this movie reminds me of? And it's a movie that I saw not too long back, actually, and that's Minor Premise. It reminds me a lot of that, where Minor Premise was this college professor is finishing up his father's research, and his mind ends up shattering into about, like, 12 different personalities. And it's all like trying to piece aspects of his brain together, trying to bring him back. It's very mind-bending experimentation, sort of sci-fi stuff, which is actually really cool. And this definitely kind of reminds me of that, man. Sort of a thriller, mind-bending, experimental drama in a lot of ways. It looks cool. I'm not gonna lie, man. And I like the idea of uploading your consciousness into a hard drive and sort of what that would do to your consciousness in a computer-like situation. There was another movie that this also reminds me of, one with Johnny Depp. I forget the name of it offhand, what the name of the movie is, but I do know it, where he's dying and his wife and colleagues put his brain into this like big computer system, and to sort of save it and preserve it because he was such a brilliant man. And what they realize is that they just gave him the keys to basically almost be God in a lot of ways. It's very fascinating, very interesting stuff. It's almost like that whole idea of like God in the machine, right? Of like the idea of, just because you can do it, should you do it? And what are the moral implications of it? And what are the ramifications of doing this type of research? Cause and effect. For every reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And to try to meddle with brainwaves and downloading people's consciousnesses, it's very tricky and wild and bizarre and incredibly unpredictable. And so I kind of like the idea behind this. It's very interesting, man. Very, very interesting indeed. I kind of think this is some fascinating stuff, man. I really do. As sort of a sci-fi nerd geek that I kind of am at times, this one looks really interesting up my alley. Oh, and actually that movie that I was thinking of, Transcendence. Yeah, Transcendence with Johnny Depp. Not the best movie, kind of a clunker, but an interesting premise. I always like the interesting sci-fi premises. They're very fascinating to me. Some are able to pull it off really well, and some not so much. Where will Cerebrum land? Tough to say, but honestly, I'd be willing to give it a ride. Oh, Lord. What the hell is this? Oh my god. Senior Entourage retirement? Yeah, right. What the fuck? The hell is this? Old men dressing up as nuns? A weird albino looking motherfucker pretending to be a vampire? Wait a minute. Is that Jamie Lee Curtis? What the fuck? Ed Asner, Marion Ross, Jamie Lee Curtis. What in the hell? Senior Entourage. Oh, what is this, man? Oh, God. See your favorite senior stars unite in this off-the-wall mockumentary about making a movie. Ed Asner, Helen Reddy, Charlie Robinson, Marion Ross, Mark Rydell, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Seriously? Oh, man. Join forces in this improvisational, no-holds-barred comedy where they are let loose on a multiracial cast spanning different ages and featuring a wide range of personas. This is truly a movie about nothing. A hilarious Seinfeld-like creation that features a blend of impromptu jokes and scenarios that will leave you laughing in your seat. So there's not really any plot to this movie. It's just one hilarious old person joke after another. So it's kind of like Impractical Jokers meets old people. Like, what the hell is this? The fuck? You know, there are certain movies that treat old age with interesting ideas and concepts. You know, like Cocoon. Definitely does. And there's actors that have, started to take their old age and turn it into an advantage. Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Robert De Niro. Hell, they're literally making genres out of being old, for Christ's sake. But they ain't in Senior Entourage, that's for damn sure. Oh, Lord, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought Ed Asner was dead. Oh, no, I did. I thought he was dead, man. What? It's just weird impromptu jokes with these seniors talking about ageism. I mean, it's cool to laugh at yourself. I mean, I appreciate, them joking about it. I guess the appeal here is that, hey, we're not taking this very serious. We're just making some jokes here and there and doing some weird scenarios. And hey, come along for the old boomer joke factory. Like, what? What the hell, man? And why, Jamie? Why? I don't know. I don't consider Jamie old. I mean, maybe she is. I just never thought of Jamie Lee Curtis as old. I mean, she's still beating the shit out of Michael Myers. No old chick could ever say that. I mean, damn, man. Why you gotta do this to me, Jamie? Fuck, man. I don't know. Like, it's like a Seinfeld type movie where it's basically nothing. I mean, I don't hate Seinfeld, but I don't technically love it either. Kind of in the middle. It's okay. It's got some decent stuff to it, but sometimes it's literally nothing for nothing's sake. And I guess you could say the same for Senior Entourage. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like to age like fine wine, but if I start doing Senior Entourage jokes, will you guys make me a promise? Please? Put me out of my misery. Oh, and last, but definitely not least, some more 4K love, guys, because Smokey and the Bandit hit 4K, baby. Yes. Oh, Burt Reynolds, baby. What a classic movie, man. Smokey and the Bandit. It don't get much classier. That's for damn sure, man. And much more funnier, and just the quirky characters and the great chase scenes. This movie is the tits, man. Absolutely the tits. This is one hell of a great comedy caper, man. This movie is fucking funny as hell, man. This movie, by the way, is one of, dare I say, one of the most quotable movies of all time, man. There are so many quotable lines coming out of this movie's ass. Such great stuff. My personal favorite, Junior, when we get home, I'm gonna punch your mama in the mouth. Oh my god, and so many more. Jeez, man. Buford T. Justice, played by Gleason. He's got a million of them, man. Reynolds is great here. Sally Field, talk about so absolutely stunningly gorgeous, and just a great chemistry with Burt Reynolds. And speaking of Burt, man, you know, this was a very interesting time for Burt Reynolds, because I think this movie came out 77, 78, somewhere in that range. And if you think about it, this was really ramping up of his career at that point. I mean, a few years later, he'd be doing Cannonball Run. He did Hopper, or I believe it was Hooper, either one of those. He did that. Of course, Sharky's Machine and a lot of other ones. He's great. He was on a roll, man, doing a bunch of these things. He was already sort of building himself up as an actor anyways, but this was a signature role for him, and he took advantage of it in a big bad way, man. He really, really did. Burt is awesome here. I think everybody is. They just play the role so perfectly. You know, sort of dumb yet hilarious sense of humor that not many movies can pull off. But this one definitely does, man. It's so well done. There's a lot of movies that have tried to replicate this type of movie over the years, and to varying degrees of success. A lot of them fail really hard, and even other Smokey and the Bandit movies kind of do the same. I mean, Smokey and the Bandit 2 is not terrible, to be fair. It's actually pretty good. Not as good as the first movie, dare I say, but still solid. Smokey and the Bandit 3, not so much, man. It's a little on the not great side. And I know they made a lot of other like TV Smokey and the Bandit movies, which I haven't even watched, nor do I have any interest in, man. There's been a lot of ones that have tried to replicate unsuccessfully, because sometimes the formula only works once or twice, and then after that, everybody's just trying to catch up. And with Smokey and the Bandit, it was perfected the first time around, and ain't no one was able to touch it since then, man. And this movie proves it, man. So awesome, so wonderfully well done, man. So great. And look at this bonus features, man. Loading up and trucking, making Smokey and the Bandit. Tutorial, 100 years of Universal, the 70s, 100 years of Universal, the lot, theatrical trailer. Not bad features, man. But let me tell you, every so often, there always comes out a new edition of Smokey and the Bandit, right? Why? Why does there always new editions of Smokey? The reason being is that it's such a damn good movie, and it's such a popular movie that people come back for more. A new DVD edition? Give me it. New Blu-ray edition? Great. 4K upgrade? Hell yeah. You know, look, at the end of the day, this movie is great. I don't care what quality you're watching it in. This movie is one of the funniest movies of all time. It's got some memorable characters. It's got some really fantastic one-liners. And by the way, it's got Burt Reynolds' stash. Come on, people. I mean, if you're going to praise this movie for a lot of things, you praise it for the stash. Absolutely, baby. Oh my God, this movie's amazing. Let's hope that 4K gave it the love that it properly deserves, because this movie deserves all the love in the ever-loving world. Absolutely it does, baby. Smokey and the Bandit. Classic. Absolutely, man. Abso-fucking-lutely, baby. Smokey and the Bandit. I love you, Bird. Oh, I do, baby. And actually, I love the second Walmart. They deliver like always. And I love it. Criminal priests on the run. Ah, Guy Borden, bro. Calling the Dr. Kevorkian ambulance. But then again, I might want to do that rather than go to the morgue. You know what? Look, when taking Mandarin classes, make sure you get the class that doesn't involve vampirism. Just a wild suggestion. Messing with the brain waves. My realization that Jamie Lee Curtis is now a senior citizen. Hey, but at least I've got Buford T. Justice on 4K. Very, very nice. What a great stack, baby. Man, that is one hell of a great Walmart indie stack. Dare I say, baby, definitely is, man. And boy, this week has turned out to be pretty good, hasn't it, man? I mean, started out a little rough, but it has gotten so much better, man. And with this stack of Walmart goodness, just got even better. Oh my god, man. And you know what? Look, at the end of the day, I love showing off this media. I love showing off the movies, talking about the movies with you guys. Why? Because number one, it's fun. I love doing it. You guys enjoy it. And secondly, because a lot of these movies, and I've said it over and over again, and I'll continue to say it, these movies are not going to get any love any other way. To be truthful with you guys, a lot of people are going to pass them by, not even pay them any second mind. But I want to at least show it to you guys because I feel it's important to show all the movies some kind of love. I don't care whether they're the most popular movies on the planet and you've heard about it 10 times over, or whether it's ones that don't get a lot of love and maybe you're hearing it for the first time. I try to give new and interesting perspectives. I try to show things off and give you guys a chance to really experience some interesting media. And I think sometimes the Walmart indie stuff is some of the best media, dare I say, man. It's this indie goodness that you can't beat anywhere else. You just can't, man, because I'm not saying that these movies are perfect. I'm not saying that these movies are great. Hell, I'm not even saying these movies are mediocre. All I'm saying is that I think these movies deserve a little bit of your time and appreciation and love because, unlike on digital, where they're going to get buried on a platform and literally stuck in algorithm hell, here, at least you get to find what they are, see the artwork, see the actual special features, the plot, and actually choose for yourself whether or not these movies might be perfect for you and whether they might fit in your physical media collection. Because at the end of the day, these are physical media titles. Physical media for me is a format that I want to see live for a very, very long time. And for me, it's all about experiences. It's all about movies worth giving a chance to. And sometimes, yes, you're going to buy the popular title. But sometimes you're going to go out of your way to buy the movie that's taken the off-beaten path. That's not the most well-known movie. That might not be the most well-loved movie. But it's a movie that you appreciate, that's in your collection, that you cherish, and that's important. And I feel that it's important to show off all the media, to give you all the options, so that you yourself can find movies that's worth it for you. You gotta admit, our collections are precious. They are. They're truly, truly precious. They make us who we are. And at the end of the day, sometimes some of these cheesy, ridiculous movies make us the most happiest. And that's why I love showing it off. And I hope you enjoy it as well. Oh, love it, baby. Walmart indie goodness. Can't be beat. Definitely can't be beat, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this really wonderful, weird stack. Boy, there was some gems in this one, man. However, it's time to head to the next location and hopefully more physical media to come. All right, everybody, we are at our fourth and final location, and it's been a pretty decent physical media week. Look at the end, be better than the beginning. We're about to find out when we head into the Beast. Best Buy. The Beast, baby. Yes, indeed. It started out a little rough. However, it got incredibly good from Target onwards. And now we're at Best Buy. I gotta admit, last week was good. However, their track record hasn't been so hot lately. But could we make it 2 in a row? It's quite possible. Let's hope. Physical media gods, are you listening? Let's hope they are. Let's head in and check it out. All right, everybody, we are in at Best Buy, and there's a couple things worth showing off here. The first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of The Marksman for $27.99. Justice comes down to him. Can Liam Neeson just give it a rest, damn it? Can he? I'm serious, man. Look, I don't want this to be a hating on Liam Neeson thing, because I actually really do like him. That's kind of why I want him to stop. I mean, you know, when he was younger, man, he was doing some really great action stuff. Excalibur, Crawl, Darkman. I mean, he was literally Obi-Wan's master in Star Wars Episode 1. He was fucking Batman's mentor in Batman Begins. He's iconic, okay? Liam Neeson is. And then came Taken. And Taken was awesome. I think all of us can agree how awesome Taken was, because it is. It still is. It's a great signature Liam Neeson role. It truly, honestly is, man. And then everything after that went down the shitter. And I'm being honest. I mean, Unknown, The Commuter, Honest Thief. I will say The Gray was really good, though. I will say The Gray was. So that is an exception to the rule. But it felt like everything after Taken, he was just trying to do a pale comparison of himself. Is that fair to say? I kind of feel like it is fair to say that basically he was just a pale comparison of himself. And he was always trying to relive the glory days of his younger action roots, or just Taken. I mean, if that's all the work you can get, great, but he's so much more than that, man. I mean, he's a great dramatic actor. He's done great dramatic movies. Like Nell was really great back in the day, or the one not too long back, Made in Italy, which was a really solid one. I really like that a lot. The problem is Liam Neeson now is looking more disinterested with every action sequence, that he's not really giving it his all as maybe what he was doing back in the day. I mean, even the Taken sequels, as kind of okay as they are still pale comparisons to that first Taken. Every action movie after the first Taken has been lackluster for Liam Neeson, except for The Gray. Think about it. You guys know I'm right, because it really is the truth, man. I mean, I know he's probably going to do more of them, because he's always trading off of Taken. I mean, let's be real. He always honestly is. But he just can't do it anymore. I mean, at one point I kind of compared him to Bronson. And yeah, I guess those comparisons are kind of similar to a certain extent. But even later on in Bronson's career, Bronson was still Bronson. I mean, to a certain extent, he was still bringing it. I can't say the same for Neeson, man. I mean, if these are the roles that you can get, if this is what people are offering you, fine, take it. But just know that these movies like The Marksman or The Commuter or Honest Thief, a lot of them, they just come off as just lackluster versions of Taken in one way or another. And I think Liam Neeson's better than that, man. I do. I love Liam. Damn, man. I mean, Les Miserables, which he was really fantastic in, and so many really other great movies. I mean, Kinsey, he was fantastic. I mean, he's a good, solid actor. He can play great roles, but these action stuff, especially watching him in this movie, he just don't got it no more. And that's fine, but you gotta admit it to yourself. You know, a lot of these actors pretend that they're still action stars years after they should have called it quits. And sometimes you gotta be man enough to say, I just can't do it anymore. Will Liam Neeson ever get a chance to do that? God, let's hope so. I mean, yeah, Stallone and Schwarzenegger are kind of past their prime and some of those guys, but from time to time, they still bring it. Liam, you ain't Stallone or Schwarzenegger. I think it's time to call it quits, buddy. Just saying. You do get the making of the marksman. That's all you really get. But honestly, guys, I'm going to be real with you. You know, as far as action is concerned, there are certain great Liam Neeson standards. Taken, The Great, Darkman, Batman Begins. I would even put Star Wars Episode 1 there because I think the lightsaber fights are pretty cool. Grawl, Excalibur, you name it. Some really, really fantastic stuff that he's done. But those were kind of the glory days. And the glory days are sadly gone. And then I'm seeing they have the Saw 4K Blu-ray Digital Unrated Edition for $16.99. Now, unfortunately, they are all out of the Saw 4K Steelbook love here. That was $18.99. Either they sold out of it or they didn't get any in. I mean, this is Best Buy. At times, they're not perfect. However, it is a popular film, so I can see that it could have sold out. Hopefully, they'll get more in the future. Let's hope, guys. But in the meantime, they do have the regular 4K love here, and that ain't half bad, man. Now, it's kind of interesting because I think Saw was one of those first movies that really shepherded in the torture porn genre. Ah, yes. Oh boy, the torture porn genre. Boy, that's a rabbit hole we can go down. Good Lord, man. It was franchises like Saw. It was stuff like the Hostel movies, Human Centipede, anybody? Yeah, and a whole host of other movies that were called torture porn, whether they deserve that name or not. You know, it's kind of interesting because I hear a lot of people, they enjoy the first, I don't know, few, maybe 3, 4, 5 Saw films, 6 of them, depending. After a certain while, I always hear fatigue on the Saw franchise. And I always hear that, the movies are not all that great, and it's just people getting tortured and the crazy trap devices, and that's it. But I got to admit, with all of the Saw movies, and truth be told, I think the Saw movies are really intriguing. Because I think there's actually more to the Saw movies than just the torture. I mean, yes, the torture is a huge aspect of the series. I'm not lying on that one. But there's something about, I think, the story and the characters and the mythology of the series. And I know you guys are probably going to laugh saying, with the mythology? But think about it. The idea of Jigsaw, of John Kramer, and all of the victims, how they're all connected in a lot of weird ways. The people that he ended up training, his apprentices, and sort of the timeline of John Kramer and who he interacted with. Like, it's all, to me, extremely fascinating about John Kramer and the lives that he touched and people that he interacted with, and how he made this list and how he came up with the whole thing of the pig masks and the actual Jigsaw doll. And I actually love the mythology of the Saw franchise and the characters and the interweaving of the storylines and the character interactions. There's something about it that I truly love, that I truly think is really special for a horror series. Not many horror series really do that. You see it more in superhero franchises or sci-fi stuff, but you rarely see it in horror. Saw was one of those really genuine ones to really do that, and I think it's actually really creative and really clever, man. Now, I gotta admit, I do love all of the Saw movies, okay? I actually really do. Do I have one that's my least favorite? If I had to say, my least favorite would possibly be... probably Saw the Final Chapter. That would probably be my least favorite one. I wasn't a fan of that one. Not that it's a terrible one, but I didn't really like it all that much. It had its moments, but... I felt it was kind of on the lower end. I will say this much, I did really like that Jigsaw movie. I thought Jigsaw, that one like 2 or 3 years back, actually not bad. The unfortunate thing I gotta admit is that I don't think we're ever gonna be getting back to any of those timelines again, because we're getting that new movie Spiral, so I think a lot of the stuff that you saw in Jigsaw is pretty much gonna go to the wayside, which really sucks, because I kind of want them to explain some of that shit, which they're never gonna explain that shit now, which kind of pisses me off. But, you know, when they say the Saw franchise is tired, I'm like, dude, anytime a new movie comes around, everybody fucking talks about it. Everybody's like, oh my god, a new Saw movie. I mean, I think people were kind of getting sick of the every year thing. I think that's what they were getting a little sick of, but it was an event. It was an event movie, and the Saw series was an event. You went and watched it with your friends, and oh, what kind of cool traps would they come up with next? Oh, wow, what sort of really great, cool kills would they have next? Like, all that stuff. There's something about it that was really genuine and really cool, and you just wanted to go with your friends and make a day of it, and enjoy the Saw franchise and all the bloody goodness. I miss those days, man. I really do. And I think the Saw franchise was absolutely perfect for it. I really do, man. I don't know if we'll ever see another horror series, a new age horror series like Saw, ever again. I don't know if we really will. I mean, there's always been great horror franchises out there. The Nightmare on Elm Street, the Halloweens, the Friday the 13th, Chucky's, you name it. But nothing like Saw, man. Saw was unique. And actually, I'm sorry, still unique to this day. It's still going strong. Jigsaw's legacy lives on. Indeed, it does, man. And with this 4K, you can enjoy all the bloody goodness indeed. I gotta admit, as much as I love the Saw franchise, and as much as I would love to own the Saw franchise, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be real honest here. I don't know if I would actually want to own the 4K. I'm actually gonna hold off and wait until a complete Saw 4K box set. I am. And I know people are like, well, wait a minute, how long are they going to keep doing the Saw films? They could go on forever. True, I could be waiting a long time, but I'm going to be waiting on the Saw franchise, because I have a feeling down the line, maybe 2 years from now, maybe 5 years from now, who knows, we will see a whole complete 4K Saw box set, and I would love to see it, man. I absolutely would love to see it. I love the Saw franchise. The Saw franchise is one of my favorite horror franchises of all time, and it's the creativity, it's the kills, it's the traps, it's the continuity, it's the mythology. There's something about it all that really mixes in a really fantastic way, and there's not many horror franchises like Saw out there that did it with the awesomeness that I think was able to accomplish over that many films. That's not easy to pull off, and Saw did it. I dare you guys to think of another one that did it just like Saw. It's hard to do, but I don't think so. Saw's one of the best. Damn glad that Jigsaw's legacy continues. Damn right, man. Awesome. If you do love only the first Saw, hey, they do got the regular 4K here, man. And I also have to admit, by the way, they did have the Speed stuff over here, the Speed Steelbook and the regular edition. That's all sold out now. That's gone, man. So they're gone of that. Unfortunately, the Saw Steelbook is gone. When shit goes fast, man. And if it's popular, it's gonna go faster than most. That's for damn sure. Hey, at least they got the regular 4K love, and that ain't half bad. And at least one of the new releases, hey, I'll take it. Not bad indeed. Let's see what else Best Buy's got. And over on the back side of the physical media section at Best Buy, there's actually a few things worth checking out. Not crazy plentiful like I was hoping for, but there is a few odds and ends. The first thing I'm seeing is the Blu-ray DVD digital of the Mauritanian for $24.99. And, you know, I've said a lot about this movie already, but I'm going to say a little bit more. A lot of movies nowadays are just starting to explore the world of the Iraq War. They're just starting to. And we're starting to get some very interesting, unique takes on the Iraq War. And this is one of the more definitely unique ones, I would say. When I watched this movie, it reminded me of Zero Dark 30. It really did. Like, when I was watching this movie, I was like, wow, I'm getting shades of Zero Dark 30. And that's a powerful movie. Very powerful. Extremely controversial, but very powerful, man. And there's been a lot of interesting takes on the Iraq War, whether it's war movies like 12 Strong or 13 Hours, or, you know, whether it's even like political movies like W about George W. Bush, or, you know, that Dick Cheney movie that came out not too long back. Different aspects of the Iraq War that are very fascinating to me. And I think what the Mauritanian to me really represents is is a lot of very interesting takes on the war and certain aspects of it. And I think over the years we're going to do a lot of deep dives into a lot of different aspects of it. It reminds me of something like World War II or Vietnam War, where you get a lot of very interesting takes on the material. You'll get something like An Apocalypse Now, and then you'll get something like Born on the 4th of July. And there are different aspects of the war, different takes on what really went down. And I think that's what you're going to get with the Iraq War. You're going to get a lot of these very gritty tales. Some are going to be war tales being out in the battlefield and the bravery of the men out there who sacrifice their lives. Or you're going to get movies like The Mauritanian, which is going to show the really more dark side of the war, the torture, the secrecy, the prisoners. You're going to see a lot of that stuff. And I think it's very gripping. I think it really tugs at your heartstrings. It's extremely powerful. And I think these stories need to be told. I really do. I think these stories need to be told, and we need to see all aspects of it. You know, whether it's the political aspect, whether it's the war aspect, whether it's the prisoners and the torturing and what we did to get the information. It's not easy to watch, but I think that movies have a responsibility to show you all aspects of the war, all aspects of the dilemmas. And I think it does a really good job. It's us as movie lovers, as viewers, to take in all of those movies and to basically pick sides, good, bad, indifferent. But it's the movie's responsibility to really open our eyes to these issues and these other points of view that we might not have seen. And I think that's the power of movies, to be honest with you guys. It really honestly is. And what's really striking about this movie is that, you know, seeing the torture, seeing everything that this man went through, it really got to me, because you might get a confession out of somebody because you're torturing them, you're depriving them of sleep, you're humiliating them, you're making them starve to practically death. But that doesn't mean that you're going to get the truth out of them. They're going to say anything to survive. And the intel might not even be the best anyways. So you've tortured these people for absolutely nothing, only for your sick pleasure. And it's just a real gut-wrenching experience to watch this. It really honestly is. But again, I think it needs to be watched. I think it needs to be experienced, because I think sometimes we forget our own history. And I think it's the movie's responsibility to really remind us about it. Good, bad, and different. I really, truly do believe that's true, guys. I really do, man. You do get an alternate opening, deleted scenes, behind the scenes of the Mauritanian, and more. Again, it's absolutely an amazing movie. It's extremely well acted, it's extremely well directed, and it tells a really powerful and gripping story that is sometimes hard to swallow. But I think we need to swallow it. I think we need to understand that our history, the good and the bad, is not easy, and it's not perfect. And we've made a lot of mistakes, and we've done a lot of things that we're not proud of. But we need to be reminded of them. And I think the Mauritanian does that in a very powerful way that definitely deserves to be watched. Then I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD of The Legend of Hei for $17.99. I wanted to show this off because this is another one of those anime things that I have no idea about whatsoever. Protector of Spirits. I actually kind of really like that artwork, actually. Almost very, like, dreamlike, with almost like that floating house or city or something. Very, very fascinating. Huh. Should have come into power. Huh. Once most people will determine the fate of the world. Interesting. I gotta admit, man, whenever I see these anime titles here, whether it's at Walmart or Target or Best Buy, I'm always fascinated by them because I really am a novice when it comes to this anime stuff. I really, honestly, am a complete novice. I really don't know much about it myself. So I'm always kind of sort of fascinated by seeing these things, but I'm always kind of curious what you guys think. I mean, what about this one? I mean, the anime looks kind of cool. Dreamlike, sort of spirit creatures. It's cool. Kind of definitely has a flavor of like Japanese anime. Maybe it is. I don't know, man. It just kind of looks fascinating to me. I always sort of take a cue from you guys. Good, bad, ugly. What's good anime? What's bad anime? Definitely let me know what you think of The Legend of Hei. It kind of looks cool, but then again, I'm not exactly an expert on anime, so you guys would definitely know better than me, put it that way. However, that's not the last thing, guys. I thought that was the last thing until I saw something that blew my fucking mind away. Holy shit. The Scream Factory Collector's Edition of fucking King Kong for $27.99. Are you kidding me? Seriously? This came out this week. Best Buy rarely ever carries Scream Factory, especially Scream Factory, on the same week it comes out. Oh, dude, that is rare. Holy shit. Oh, look at this. Oh my god, in person, this thing shines. Oh my god. I'm in love. Oh my god, look at that artwork. That artwork is so cool. Oh, that's so great, man. Oh, that is so cherry. Oh my god. Oh, Lord. I love this. God, can Best Buy do this all the time? Shit. Oh, that's so cool. Dude, King Kong 76. I am a huge King Kong fan, man. My favorite, well, actually, I should say one of my favorite movies of all time is the 1933 King Kong movie. I love that movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. And I've loved a lot of King Kong stuff in the past. Some of it's not always perfect, to be fair, but I still really love it, man. And this is one of, well, it's cheesy, truth be told, but there's something kind of charming about it and whimsical and something that I kind of really dig about it. I really do, man. The Petrox Company's search for new oil reserves on a strange island unleashes a terror unseen by civilized man. King Kong. Oh, God. Jessica Lange, Charles Grodin, Jeff Bridges, and by the way, it is true, Jessica Lange making her feature film debut in motherfucking King Kong, man. Jessica Lange in King Kong, dude. Oh, Lord. I love this. I mean, yes, the suit is kind of cheesy. Yeah, the effects are kind of ridiculous, but There's something about it that I love, man. And man, this movie, I haven't seen this movie in so goddamn long. I remember I used to watch it on VHS back in the day, man. And I haven't watched it since. Not on DVD or anything like that. This will be like the first time I've ever got a chance to watch it in like at least 20 years. If I gotta say, man, it's been a long ass time, dude. I mean, a young ass Jeff Bridges, young ass Charles Grodin. This is one of those really big, ambitious making ofs by Dino De Laurentiis. One of those big sort of production financiers who was making these big, elaborate productions, and like King Kong was going to be one of the ultimate ones. It kind of felt a little bit flat in its face, but I gotta admit, man, there's something about the cheesiness of it. There's something about the acting. I think there's something about the old school effects that I love so much, man, because it's not CGI in your face. It's just, a dude in a suit and some big giant animatronic, like, hands grabbing people. And it's just, there's something really cheesy and old school and genuine about it that you just can't get nowadays, man. And I love it. Oh my God, man. I was so not expecting to see King Kong here. I mean, seriously, this Best Buy, it does not have the best track record. So to see this is amazing. I am so fucking shocked to see this, guys. This is beautiful. This is fucking gorgeous. Oh my God, man. Oh, this is so great. You get the theatrical cut and the extended broadcast television cut. I don't think I've actually ever seen the television cut. I only seen the theatrical cut. So I'm actually really curious about the TV cut on this. I've never seen it. Wonder what's extended on there. Oh my God. This is great. Oh. I love Jeff Bridges playing the hero here. Holy shit. This is an amazing surprise. I was not expecting to see the Scream Factory of King Kong. The fact that it's here blows my fucking mind, man. That is amazing. Holy shit. Of course, they still don't have the Arrow version of Donnie Darko, which would be nice. However, hey, I'll take what I can get, man. Holy shit. Wow. Damn. King motherfucking Kong. Ooh, dude. This is awesome. This is awesome. And they have actually a lot of copies. Actually, 4 copies. Not bad, man. Holy shit, guys. Seriously, if you can get this, get it. For $27.99 in store, how many times can you really say that you've picked up a Scream Factory title in store at Best Buy? You can't say it that many times, man. Look at that. Holy shit. As a King Kong lover, this delights my heart to no end, man. Holy shit. Wow. That made the trip worth it alone. Let me just put it that way, man. Damn. Holy shit. I mean, they still got a little bit of Friday the 13th Part 2 love. Scare me. Oh, good lord. Actually, crazy enough, the toll actually sold. Somebody bought that motherfucker. Somebody bought that. And even over on this side, man, I mean, it looks like they're actually getting some more stuff in, honestly, guys. I mean, they got in the Ip Man set. I'm noticing they got in some more Steelbook love. They got in the Bad Boys for Life Steel. They got in the 4K of Alita Battle Angel, Godzilla. They got in the Goonies, Requiem for a Dream. Oh shit, they even have the Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Steel. Very nice. They got that. I mean, they are getting more stuff in, but it's just taking them a little bit of time, man. But they're starting to get a little bit better. They're still the old Best Buy. Well, they ain't perfect, but slowly but surely. But this, come on. This made it all the more worth it, didn't it? Seriously. Oh, God. So cool. Damn. Well worth the trip. Let's head out. Holy shit, guys. Holy fuck balls. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. Holy shit. Wow. Oh my fucking god, man. That made it all the more worth it. All the more worth it, man. To get to that, that's fucking cool, man. Please to God tell me Best Buy is gonna get more Scream Factory stuff in. Hopefully they get more Arrow love in. Hopefully they get all the boutique labels. What the fuck, man? Jesus. God, that was cool, dude. I mean, truth be told, Best Buy doesn't have a lot here this week. I mean, definitely Target was the winner in a big bad way. However, they had a little bit. Not everything I saw that really thrilled me. Things I wanted to see, like the Saw Steelbook, we didn't get. However, come on, seriously, were you expecting that King Kong edition? Really? Were you? Because I certainly wasn't, man. So that did make up for it in a big bad way, man. I mean, like I said, Best Buy is slowly getting better. It's not perfect, but they're slowly doing it. It's just going to take a little bit of time, man, to be honest with you. As I was talking to one of the employees last week, where they literally told me, they said, you know what, look, it's going to take us time because we're the only Best Buy in the area now, so we have to adjust the way we stock stuff. Our vendors and the warehouse has to bring us more stuff than we're normally used to. So it's going to take time, guys. But I think things will get better. Slowly but surely, I think things will. I mean, come on. That King Kong, that's cool. So that proves things will get better. It just takes time. Dude, that's cool. I just love it, man. I just love it so much. That is awesome, dude. That is absolutely awesome. And of course, more movies on the sides over here as well. So things are getting better, slowly but surely. And I'll take it, man. Not half bad, dude. I hope you guys enjoyed this trip to Best Buy. It wasn't the greatest. Definitely wasn't the worst. But, that made up for it in a big bad way. That's for damn sure, man. Very, very, very cool. Very unexpected. But I'll take it. Not bad, guys. Let's head home and finish the video. Alright, everybody. That'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And, man, what a wild ride this one was, man. It went from this is all we get to oh my god, this is amazing, holy crap, what kind of weird media this is, and then going to not a lot of stuff and then getting like the biggest surprise of all time. Like, that is cool, man. Man, what a wild ride going into these stores is. It really honestly is, man. If the out and abouts prove anything, and it is really true, that anything and everything will happen. You just gotta tune in. And yes, it really is true, man. Wow. So some really great and wonderful stuff this week. We didn't get to see everything, to be fair, but damn, we saw a lot, man. And a lot of the stores have some really cool stuff. And hopefully that trend will continue more and more this month. Maybe some of the stuff we haven't checked out will be on display next week. You never quite know. The unpredictability, you never quite know until you walk into these stores and experience it for yourself. And this proves it, man. What a very, very wild and crazy week, man. But I wouldn't have it any other way, man. I hope you guys picked up something good. Hope you were checking out something good from this week. A lot of really great, plentiful titles, man. If you have, definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, physical media love, baby. Let's see what I picked up so far, man. Now, the first couple of titles I actually picked up from Kino Lorber. I put in an order at Kino Lorber. I got it in the mail. So happy. The first one that I got, It's Pat. Oh my god. It's Pat the movie. Yeah. Oh man. You know what? This is one of those movies that I've been kind of wanting for a little while. You gotta remember, guys, that I was around during that really great time in SNL's period where you had a lot of really wild and crazy concepts that were going on. Weird skits, man, that just you couldn't even pull off today, man. You couldn't even attempt it. And it's Pat was one of them. Just this person that you don't know, is it like is it a man? Is it a woman? What is it? And the fact that they made it into a fucking movie, man. Jesus. This is one of the strangest SNL movies of all time. I can't say that it's great, but it's weird, man. It is all kinds of bizarre, man. And just the fact of the whole plot revolves around this fucking guy that is trying to prove that Pat is either a man or a woman. That's the whole fucking plot, man. It's just this guy that is so obsessed. He goes to great lengths to try to prove one way or another that Pat is a certain gender. And it's just crazy, man. I mean, Dave Foley literally plays a woman in this. Or maybe a woman. We're still trying to figure out the gender. But Jesus, god damn it, man. I was like, what the fuck? I might as well pick it up, man. Talk about weird SNL movies, man. This one's strange. And I haven't revisited it in a long time, but might as well, man. What the fuck? So, it's Pat. But the main reason why I put in the order for Kino Lorber wasn't just for It's Pat the movie, but that's comedy gold as it is. But this one is even more comedy gold. Cool as Ice. I know, guys. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Cool as Ice? He got Cool as Ice? Yes, I did pick up Cool as Ice, man. I know I am such a glutton for punishment, man. I know it. I get it. And I am, to be fair. This movie is not great. Okay? It's not even all that good. It's average, man. And Vanilla Ice is just trying to play this suave, cool, badass guy, and he is like the whitest dude on the planet. Like, he is not pulling it off whatsoever. But it's just the hilarity of it, man. It's trying to almost be like Purple Rain or something. And dude, you so failed and failed so hard, man. But it was just the hilarity of it, man. And I just can't believe that Kino Lorber or any studio would ever put out an edition of Cool as Ice. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing, and I have to have it in the collection, man. I don't know if this is a movie I'm going to revisit all the time in the collection, but the fact that I can officially say that I have a movie starring Vanilla Ice in my collection, I'm sure not many people will be able to say it. Just put it that way. Cool as Ice, baby. Oh yeah, man. Now, the next pickup I got, now if you guys had checked out the community tab recently, you'll know that I went to Big Lots and I did a little thrifting and I found this title and I was so happy to find it for $5, baby. I found Kingpin. Oh yeah, I did, man. I have never had it in the collection before, but I love this movie so much, man. This movie is hilarity. So much hilarity, man. I mean, Randy Quaid is great here. Woody. Oh, come on, man. Woody's great here. But you know who steals the show? Bill motherfucking Murray steals the show, man. He is great. Oh my god, man. I love the bowling in this. I love the comedy and the camaraderie. And I think the Fairley brothers are geniuses, man. I mean, this movie, Stuck on You, there's something about Mary, Me, Myself, and Irene, and a lot of other ones. Those guys know comedy, or at least back in the day knew comedy. And this is comedy gold, man. This is awesome. And for $5 on Blu-ray, I had to get it, man. Brand new, so worth it to finally have some more Fairley Brothers hilarity in the collection. Not half bad, guys. Now, I also ended up getting a package in the mail from Amazon Prime, and I wanted to get this one so badly. When they announced this title, I was like, I am pre-ordering this so fast, man. And that is none other than Dead Man on Campus. Oh, I love this movie. I love this fucking movie, guys. This is great. And it was so interesting because this came out at a very interesting time because like the first Blade movie came out around this time, this film, a whole bunch of other films, man. And it was so funny because my friend and I were watching Blade, right? And he got scared at the beginning and he ran off and went to a different movie. He went to Dead Man on Campus. And I stayed to watch Blade because, you know, I'm not a pansy ass. And I loved it. And he came back, he praised Dead Man on Campus. And I was like, I gotta watch it, man. And I love this. I love the idea of this really smart academic guy getting pulled into this crazy, wild, ridiculous ride with this vastly underachiever and just the hilarity of these two guys being on college campus and suddenly like coming up with this sort of like let's kill our roommate thing because if we kill the roommate we could get straight A's, and they just pick the most weirdest fucked up individual they could have possibly did, and they are so paying the price for it. This is great, man. I love this movie so much. Tom Everett Scott, Mark Paul Gosselaar. Like, so some people think of Mark Paul Gosselaar from Saved by the Bell. Fair enough. No. I think of him, Dead Man on Campus. Oh yeah, baby. The hilarity in this. This is a great college comedy. It is so fun. And I actually used to have the DVD of it, but when they announced the Blu-ray, oh, I was upgrading in a big bad way, dude. I am so happy to upgrade this title. A little Dead Man on Campus love. Why not? Because you gotta remember, Roommate Wanted for a limited time only. And then at Best Buy, I decided to pick up a little Steelbook love, and that is none other than El Carmino. Yes! The Breaking Bad movie. Now, I found this at Best Buy this week, and I actually could not believe that I found it. I was like, holy crap, like they actually have this? And I picked it up because I don't really know how many times I'm actually gonna find it, to be honest with you guys. And the reason why I say that is because I don't really see it all that much when I'm out doing any of the videos or anything. I've only seen it twice, like once at Barnes and Noble and once here at Best Buy. That's it. And so I was like, you know what? I might want to pick this up just in case. Should I keep this, guys? Because I'm kind of on the fence whether I should keep it or not. I want to keep it. If I do, I definitely got to dive into Breaking Bad. But a lot of you guys have told me, hey, Seth, what are you waiting for? You kind of should get into Breaking Bad. So I am thinking about keeping it and starting down a vast journey of Breaking Bad. Oh boy, what do you guys think? Definitely let me know. I'm thinking about keeping this because it is a really great movie, and when I watched it on Netflix a long time back, I really enjoyed it, not knowing a single bit about Breaking Bad. Any of the plot lines or characters, just took in the movie for what it was, and I had a great time with this movie. So if the show is anything like the movie, I'm thinking I'll really enjoy it. Just saying, but I decided to take a gamble on the Steelbook Love with El Camino. I think I did the right thing. What do you guys think? Definitely let me know. Now, that actually seems to be the last of the stuff that I got this week. Nothing else, I don't think. Yeah, nothing really special that I found. Yeah, I hate to say it. I can't. I can't do that to you guys. I can't. Because you guys know it. You guys get it. I picked up. BAM! The collector's edition release of King Kong 76, baby. Oh my god. Did you guys seriously think I was gonna pass up on Kong? Really? Like, seriously, there was no way that I was leaving Best Buy without a copy of Kong 76. In fact, I pre-ordered this movie. And now, after finding it at Best Buy, I now have to go and cancel my pre-order because it hasn't shipped yet. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cancel that shit fast. Like, wow. I am so blown away and amazed by the fact that this was at Best Buy. I was not expecting this to be at Best Buy at all. Because you gotta remember, how many times have we really found Scream Factory titles on release week at the stores? Like, practically never. Like, almost never have we ever seen that. And so the fact that this time we saw it, and I just happened to be a King Kong lover, physical media guys are looking out for me. Just saying, man. Oh, dude. This was too good. This was too good to pass up. I had to grab it, man. And it's just, the artwork is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. The special features, the theatrical cut, and the extended TV cut, which I've never seen. I gotta watch that, man. Oh, dude, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Oh, my God. I gotta open it for you guys. I got it. It's only, it's like a must. I have to open it for you. Oh man, this is so cool. So instantly cool, dude. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, and on the inside, oh, look at that. Nice. And of course, you guys know that I'm instantly going to like change the artwork up. Oh, that's cool. Oh my god. Oh, so cool. The most exciting original motion picture event of all time. King Kong, baby. God damn it, man. I love it, the fact that I found this, man. You just never know what you're gonna find, man. And damn was I one lucky son of a bitch. God damn it, man. This is a treat. And as a King Kong lover, to have the 76 version in the collection finally feels damn good. Oh, so good. So good. You know I had to, guys. Oh, man. And what a really wild and weird and crazy stack this time around that I picked up, man. Quite the uniqueness. But that's not all, guys, because I also happened to get a package in the mail from Mondo Macabro. Yes, I did. Now, I've actually already opened it, to be fair, just to check on the discs, but these are two pre-orders that I did a while back from Mondo Macabro. Now, one is a movie I've never heard of about a home invasion gone terribly wrong, which looks very fascinating and interesting and very disturbing. And the second is a Paul Naschy film that I have never heard of. And to be fair, I have never really dived into Paul Naschy before. Truth be told, I never have, man. So this is like practically almost like the first Paul Naschy title that I've ever really dived into. So why not do it Mondo Macabro style, baby? Why not, man? So This is quite an interesting package, along with the plentiful pickups as well. Not half bad, guys. But you will not get to find out exactly what I picked up until my Blu-ray Pickles video, which will drop sometime soon. Hopefully, it'll show off all the titles that I got for the month of May. And my God, man, it's going to be a good one, man. Out of print, collector's editions, limited editions, retro titles, and so much more. Oh, it's going to be a good one. So stay tuned whenever that drops, man. And I also wanted to say a couple words to you guys. First off, thank you for the appreciation that you guys have given me, for the support, and for the trust that you've given me, for you guys watching the videos and trusting my opinions, and letting me into your homes week in and week out. I appreciate that. And it's been a little bit of a slow go of it for a little bit, but things are really starting to pick up for the channel a little bit. What I will say, honestly, to you guys is that there's some really great stuff on the horizon. This weekend, you are going to get, finally, after so many stalls and hiccups and you name it, you're finally going to get the December 2020 pickups. I'm finally going to get that to you guys. You will get it. And also, John and I will be reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong. That will also be coming on the channel. And also, a special surprise that I dropped on the Film Fan 108 Facebook page. I talked to you guys about how we weren't going to be putting up the Coming to America 2 review on YouTube. We were worried about certain backlash and how people might interpret things the wrong way. But we still decided we wanted you guys to get a chance to see it regardless. We still wanted that. And so last week, I ended up putting our Coming to America 2 review on the Facebook page, on the Film Fan 108 Facebook page. It's there. And we decided to put it up there because, hey, we still want to give you guys an opportunity to watch it. So if you guys are not following the Film Fan 108 Facebook page, if you didn't know, our review of Coming to America is on the Facebook page. So definitely go there and check that out if you guys are interested in our Coming to America review. Trust me, guys, you will not regret it. Definitely check out that review if you are interested. It's nice to do an exclusive every once in a while on one of like the Facebook pages, or Instagram or something like that. So if you guys have followed the Film Fan 108 Facebook page, then you had a nice little surprise, and hopefully you enjoyed watching it. If you haven't quite watched it yet, well, here's your notice now. It is on the Facebook page for you. Definitely give that one a look, and give the look to a couple of the videos that are coming out this week. A great review and Blu-ray pickup as well, and maybe, just possibly, some live stream love. Maybe. It's possible. A lot of stuff on the plate, guys, and more to come. It's going to be really good. A lot of movies to review, physical media to talk about, movie hunting, and so much more. It's going to be good, guys, and I appreciate the support and the patience, and you will be rewarded with some great content coming up. And before I let you guys go, I wanted to talk about this real quick. There was something that a celebrity said, and I don't always really go out of my way to talk about it, but this is one that I kind of felt was kind of interesting to talk about, especially in the times that we're in. So Donald Glover, who has been on Community, and he's doing his Atlanta thing, and he's voiced some of the characters in Into the Spider-Verse. He saw people complaining about the fact that a lot of these people on these social media platforms are reviewing rather boring movies and boring TV stuff, and they're kind of sick of it. They want a little bit more excitement. And Donald Glover ended up saying this. He said, "We're getting boring stuff and not even experimental mistakes because people are afraid of getting canceled. So they feel like they can only experiment with aesthetic, and that's it." Now, he put out that quick tweet, and it sort of blew up big time, right? There was a lot of, news outlets that took that quote and ran with it big time. And is he right or is he wrong? And I got to admit, in this case, at least in my own opinions, I truly feel that he's right. Look, I am somebody who loves old school cinema, whether it's comedy or horror or action, romance, you name it. And a lot of the stuff that I have in the collection, guys, are movies that would never get the time of day now, would never even get made now. Why? Because they're they're not PC. They're not made for the crowd that is around now. They're just not. And it's kind of interesting because I was having a conversation with one of the employees at Best Buy this week, and we were just talking about older movies. And we were talking about movies like Secret of My Success and Love Stinks and a lot of other movies. And we're like, these movies would never get made now. There's just too many things in it that is too possibly offensive, that it's gonna rub people the wrong way. And we're now, with our movies and our TV shows and our media, we're we're tiptoeing around things at this point. We're just extremely tiptoeing, and we don't want to offend this crowd. We don't want to offend these people or that person, and we have to make it for everybody. And the truth of the matter is, guys, is that we can't make everything for everybody. We just can't. I want to include as many groups as humanly possible, but that's just not a reality sometimes. And it's the truth. And look, I am somebody who believes in equality. I'm somebody that believes in, freedom of speech and, having, your rights. I'm somebody who believes in all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you also have to factor in people's creativity and the fact that they're getting hampered by the fact that they're they're walking over hot coals right now to not offend anybody. And it's getting so bad now that the jokes are getting really tame, and you can't really tell a good story anymore. If you go out of bounds in one way or another, some group is going to say, well, you didn't include us, or why isn't this in there, or this joke is inappropriate because this word is said. And I get it. We live in different times. This is not even 20 years ago, man. And it is the truth. I mean, if you think about something like American Pie, right? Something as simple as American Pie, that can't get made now. There is absolutely no way in hell that a movie like American Pie could get made nowadays. There is not a single chance in hell that would ever happen. I mean, you know, unknowingly using a webcam to see a woman get naked and have sex with with another high schooler, that would never fly, man. And there are literally people nowadays that are offended by American Pie and want it to get canceled. There's a lot of other people that literally are worried about, oh my god, if we overstep our bounds here or that, like, I'm gonna get canceled and then I can't work anymore, or the project that I've been working so hard on is gonna fall flat on its face. And it's just tough. Because on one hand, you want to be respectful of people. On the other hand, you don't want to lose that creative edge. And so it's a balancing act. And I don't think everybody does it right. I don't think everybody has perfected it. And I think we're going down a very slippery slope here of what's acceptable in society. I mean, if you look back at the old school days, you know, comedians like Bob Saget, Rodney Dangerfield, Sam Kinison, Andrew Dice Clay, and a whole host of other people, they wouldn't even be given the time of day now, let alone even a notice. They would be kicked out the door before they even started. And that's just a few of them. God knows there's so many more. And I guess to say, are we going so far in one direction that the bubble is going to burst? Because I have a feeling that at a certain point, we're either going to burst this bubble or we're going to get so bad that literally our movies and our TV shows are going to be sanitized, kind of like our hands are now. I mean, which is the truth. Which is the truth, man. Look, I just don't think that we're thinking about this in the right way. I don't. I mean, I was just thinking to myself, and I'm looking at some of the stuff here. I mean, even a movie, I mean, think about it like this, right? Even a movie that came out not so long back, a movie like Bad Words with Bateman. This movie couldn't be made now, to be fair. And that's not even all that long ago. A movie like this could even be made because people would be pissed off about, oh, it's a man spelling bee and cursing out kids, and it would get roasted now. There's no way, man. Absolutely no way. And there's so many more. I mean, you look at even a movie like Shakes the Clown. Oh, you know Shakes the Clown definitely can't be made nowadays, man. Or I mean, so many other ones. Even some of the Police Academy movies. I mean, think about this, man. I mean, certain characters that would never fly, man. That would never fly in a movie now. And you know, I'm not saying that one era is good or bad than another. I still love a lot of what's coming out now, and I still appreciate it, but we're handling a lot of things with kid gloves, and we're so worried about what everyone's going to think that at a certain point, I think that we've lost our edge because of it. And the real question is, will we ever get it back? I'd like to think we will over time, but it's going to take a lot of trial and error in order to get to that place. And I just don't think that now's the right time to really burst that bubble because the tensions are so high in so many aspects that, trying to make certain movies again, like you look at CB4 and you look at a lot of other stuff, that just how cool those movies are and how funny they are, that's great. They'll just never be made again. And that's the truth be told of it all, man. I mean, I guess that's why I cherish my physical media and my movies as much as I do, because I know that I can watch these movies and I find them funny, I find them hilarious, and I can watch in the comfort of my home knowing that I have these movies that would totally get canceled nowadays, but because they're on physical media, they're given an opportunity to still shine instead of being forgotten because somebody doesn't like a joke or somebody doesn't like a word or a certain group isn't included or a certain group is overly attacked. Sometimes we have to cool the waters a bit. But in order to do that, we have to have the conversation first. And having that is easier said than done. Until we're able to come to the table and have it, we're just going to still be stuck in this being very touchy about things. We got to have the conversations. And only then can we start to open up about things that are acceptable and not acceptable. But if we're all ignorant and not willing to talk to one another and have the conversation, then how do we even resolve anything? I'm kind of curious as to what you guys think about that. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think. It's a very fascinating topic, that's for sure, for damn sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday videos that I do every single week. Movie reviews with my friends. Movie hunting like Dollar Tree hunts, live streams, Blu-ray pickup videos, and much more. If you're a fan of movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my really great subscribers for the support and the love and the great comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot of great love, and I hope I give the love right back to you. So thank you beyond words. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. Alright, guys. What a crazy week, and hopefully more to come. So I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.